time that Stream Elements does? They're going to re-sign in to Facebook every time? Shut up! Who are you? No one cares about you. You're below me. You are beneath me. You guys like my new voice? Striker, aren't we all? Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Let's get into it. Free agency has officially begun. The NFL season is underway. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to football. It didn't take long for us to get here, bro. It did not take long for us to get here, but football has officially begun. From the start of free agency, it all started with the first domino, Max Crosby to the Ravens. My question for you guys and my question for the world, and if you're going to call into the show, the phone line is going to be open in just about 4 minutes here. Welcome to everybody from YouTube. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to us. And Buffalo Bill just calls in right now. Like right away, Buffalo Bill calls in. He's like, no, this is my show. Bill, we'll take you in about 4 minutes. You can be one of the first callers that we have, Bill, because you are the absolute man. Is Max Crosby the difference for this Ravens team? What happened to this team last year? Injuries. Their best player didn't play basically half the season. Their defense was really banged up and not very good when they all got back together. Their coach had one foot out the door. In a world of Harrison Butkers, you turned out to have the problematic kicker trying to get rubbed up like Deshaun at a masseuse parlor. You had the kicker trying to get rubbed up like Deshaun at a masseuse. Trying to get rubbed up at a massage parlor. Pushing your seat all over the... Okay. You also had 10 sacks at the edge position last year, which was worst in the league. You were not good at getting to the quarterback from the edge. Your defensive coordinator wasn't very good, right? There were issues with the Ravens last year, plenty of them. Does Max Crosby solve those issues? No, but he solves one of the biggest ones. Last year, you struggled to get to the quarterback. You have a good secondary. I don't know if they're going to re-sign Alohi Gilman. I actually think they're not going to. But Kyle Hamilton is one of the best in the league at that position. But it doesn't matter how good you are at covering receivers downfield if your guys can't get to the quarterback. If a quarterback has 5, 6 seconds, 7 seconds to throw the football, everything is going to get completed. It doesn't matter how good you are at covering guys downfield. Matabuke coming back too. The Tennessee Giants and the New York Ravens. Basically, XD. What up, Park? Yes. The entire O-line's problem was Falele, which is funny because he's the guy who played every single snap for the team. Except for that one towards the end of the season. But realistically, this team was one kick away. This team was one little special something out of a massage parlor away from having Justin Tucker. From making that kick, potentially, against the Steelers and going to the playoffs. And with how bad the Texans played, giving up 5 turnovers in that playoff game on the road, you would have had a home game in Baltimore. I think this season might end up a lot different for the Ravens. Although we named all those issues, the injuries and the O-line play, the defense not being very good, head coach 1 foot out the door, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, no one was on the same page. Your star player didn't play half the year. You were still one kick away from making the playoffs and potentially making a run in an AFC that was insanely weak. Max Crosby takes a team that last year going into the season, the best roster in the league was the Ravens. The best roster in the league. They were the Super Bowl favorite. And they just got better. A lot better with Max Crosby. Jesse Minter might mess around and win Coach of the Year with this defense he got. It's the first time in 31 years the Ravens have traded away a first-round pick. You know, in the NFL, there's like 15 dudes that have gone for multiple first-round picks. Max Crosby is one of them because he is that dominant. If you haven't been watching Raiders games, I don't blame you. They stink. But Max Crosby is otherworldly good. This was the best roster in the league to start the season last year, and they just got better. You have a fully healthy Lamar Jackson. You've got an offense ready to roll. Derrick Henry didn't seem like he missed a beat last year. Right on the dot, there's Buffalo Bill. All I'm saying is I'm high on the Ravens last year, but I was high on them I was high on the Ravens last year. I'm high on them again this year. So I don't know what you think Max Crosby is going to do to this team, but he's not going to make it worse. I'll put it that way. Buffalo Bill, what is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ. Let the people know your name and where you're calling from, dog.
I am Buffalo Bill, and I'm calling from Buffalo, Western New York.
Buffalo Bill, my guy. Free agency is off to a wild start. The Bills have made a couple of moves. They lost David Edwards, their guard. There's a few other things sprinkled in throughout there. How are you feeling right now about Buffalo and about the team and about NFL free agency in general, dog?
Love NFL free agency, but last night what the Sabres did was absolutely insane.
Let's talk puck, dude. It was literally the game was 6-7. Buffalo was down. They ended up tying the game at 7. Can you take it from there, Bill?
Then after that, of course, more fights. Gotta point that out. More fights.
How many fights were there, Billy?
19.
19 fisticuffs.
Yes, there was.
Yeah. And then what happened at the end of the game? Because what's funny, too, is after the first period, the score was 1-0 Buffalo. And then after the second, it was tied at 4-4. And then eventually, the Lightning scored 3 goals in the third period to make it 7-5. And then Buffalo obviously tied it up again at 7. How did this game end, Bill?
Josh Doan, game winner.
Yep.
Whole stadium, T-Bank Stadium was insane.
Yeah. Were you at the game?
I was.
Bro, you were boots on the ground for one of the greatest games we've had in the NHL this season. Congrats, brother.
Yes, I was.
Dude, that's so awesome. What did you wear?
I wore 2 hats, one Sabres, one Bills.
Yeah,
one
2
Bills.
hats. Yeah.
And then I wore a Bills coat that I have.
Yeah.
Some Bills pants and a James Cook jersey.
Yeah. I mean, couldn't wear a better thing to a Buffalo Sabres game than all Buffalo Bills gear. When you say you were wearing 2 hats, were you looking like Sherlock Holmes, or what is this situation with the 2 hats? Can you explain that one to me a little bit further, Billy?
I mean, I guess Sherlock Holmes.
You had 2 hats with bills? Like hat bills?
Yep.
And you wore them. How were the bills oriented on your head?
Huh?
How are the bills? This is so confusing because the bills is the team on the hats. How were the hat bills oriented on your head? Was one facing forward and one facing backwards like Sherlock Holmes? Or did you have 2 hats with 2 hat bills, both pointing in the same direction?
One was actually to the side, and one was on front. I had a Sabres hat too, so I was wearing that.
So you were like a clock at 3:00, basically, with with your hat
Pretty
bills.
much.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably how I would do it too. It was an unbelievable game. And it looks like the Buffalo Sabres are going to be making the postseason, Bill. But we got a lot of people in here right now wanting to talk some NFL. Do you have anything on the NFL team from Buffalo, the Bills?
I was hoping that we would get Alec Pierce, but he signed a long-term deal with Colts. So
yeah, he did.
Hopefully,
and it was a fat deal too.
It is.
How do you feel about DJ Moore in Buffalo?
I'm loving it.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself. It seems like DJ Moore is going to be a huge difference maker for that offense and for Josh Allen in general. Brother, we've got a bunch of people trying to call into the show and talk ball. Did you have anything you wanted to say on the way out?
Sabres are winning the Stanley Cup.
Oh, Bill, it's way too early for that, but I will take it. I'll make it an official prediction in our prediction sheet. Billy, thanks for calling into the show. We're going to keep it rolling, okay?
Yes.
All right. Peace. Another call coming in. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Swaggy. Connecticut.
My guy Swaggy from CT. Brother, how are you doing, Swaggy?
Oh, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, bro. I'm just obsessed with the NFL right now. It's crazy how like locked in I am on the NBA, and then this happens, and I'm like, wow, I've completely forgotten about the NBA. The NFL is king right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is king. You're called in the show. What do you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about the Giants and all their moves.
Yeah. Definitely some interesting moves from the Giants. It seems like a lot of the Ravens players have kind of jumped ship over to follow John Harbaugh. Were you surprised by that or thinking that was going to happen?
No, I think that was expected. What I was not expecting was all the Giants players going to the Titans because of Brian Dable.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was a possibility. Warner Robinson to the Titans sucked.
Yeah.
And it's very reminiscent of when we lost Xavier McKinney to the Packers and Julian Love and all these other players.
Yeah.
And I am happy about Tremaine Edmonds. I think he's pretty good, but I mean last year when he came back from injury, he was meh. But especially too, I don't know if you saw there was rumors about the Giants were trying to trade for Fred Warner, but I mean that's fantasy land.
Wow. He seems like one of the most unmovable players in the NFL, given how much they use him over there in San Francisco. But you mentioned Wan'Dale Robinson, also Cordell Flott going over to the Titans as well. Flott was a tough
ridiculous.
one. And I believe Bellinger, tight end, is going over to the Giants to the Titans as well.
I'm okay with. I think Isaiah Likely's way better. I think he's definitely way better than Bellinger. The only reason we would keep Bellinger is because he's a good locker room guy and Dart likes him. But that's a fake thing. That was made up by like the Miami Heat. That's all like propaganda.
I think you guys got better basically by the moves that you made. At tight end specifically, I think you guys did get a lot better there.
I do think so.
I think one of the big ones. Obviously, you guys got Tremaine Edmonds on a pretty good deal. I know he's definitely on the older side, but Tremaine Edmonds will help out that defense. It seems like because of the move at linebacker there with Tremaine Edmonds, it does feel like Bobby Okereke is on the move. I played football.
They already cut him.
They already cut Bobby. That is true.
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
They cut Bobby.
Sucks.
It is tough because Bobby's he's a good player. He's not a bad player at all. It's just
he wasn't that good this year. But.
And it looks like 2 minutes ago from Ian Rappaport, the Broncos are releasing veteran linebacker Dre Greenlaw from their locker room. So that is a big player to potentially get picked up. And then we obviously just got the news recently that you guys are bringing back Jermaine Illuminor, a 3-year, $39 million deal.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think he's pretty good. Our O-line is definitely, I mean, it's mixed. It's good and awful at the same time, especially because of how much we're paying these guys. I think I'm not too high on Harbaugh. I think the like media is all over him is insane. And Joe Shane might as well just be a scout at this time. It's crazy.
Yeah, we kind of lost you.
Taking over everything.
There you go. All right, you're back. Yeah, we just got you back.
Oh.
You're talking about Joe Shane.
Taking over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weird part is with all of the Giants leaving to the Titans to go support Brian Daboll and be with him, it's clear that they liked Brian Daboll a lot in that locker room. And I don't think there was a way for him to create a winning team out of what he had last year. It seems like maybe they fired Brian Daboll maybe a little bit too early.
I don't know. I mean, I guess the locker room liked him, but he wasn't winning. He had that great first year, and then everything else has just been downhill.
Yeah.
The coach. I guess the players liked him, but the coaches dreaded him. I mean, Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator from about like 2 years ago, he was on the Ravens before, and he couldn't take Daboll because Daboll's like a madman, which I think can be good if you're like mad about football. Like because he's so passionate, but he's not. He's not winning. It's not like how Ben Johnson's going crazy taking his shirt off in the locker room. It's not leading to winning.
Yeah, it's not. And although like those players love it, and like him, and they clearly like him as a man, it doesn't seem like he was going to lead to much winning for the Giants organization. Swaggy, thank you. We got people calling in. Is there anything you wanted to say on your way out, brother?
They definitely got to get rid of Darius Slayton. He's awful.
Darius Slayton, the next one out. We'll be looking out for it. Swaggy, thanks for watching the show. Thanks for being a part of this thing. We're going to keep it rolling, okay, dog?
All right,
peace. D. Alford is signed with the Bills. It's a 3-year deal worth up to $21 million with about half of it guaranteed. D. Alford. Chiefs are giving free agent Travis Kelce a 1-year, $12 million deal that has a max value of $15 million per source. It's got to be Travis's last year, right? It's got to be Travis Kelce's last season. I don't recall necessarily. Travis Kelce didn't look bad last year. I don't think he looked bad. I think the Chiefs' offense in general wasn't very good. He has no reason to keep playing football, though, right? He's going to go. Travis Kelce's going to go down as one of the greatest tight ends to ever live, correct? That's where we're at with Travis Kelce. Is he'll go down as one of the best tight ends to ever do it. If we were making a Mount Rushmore, like here are the top 4 tight ends of all time, Travis Kelce's on that Mount Rushmore, right? Given the rings, given the stats, given the skill on the field, Travis Kelce, with or without playing this season, has already cemented himself as a legit Hall of Famer, as one of the best tight ends of all time. And most likely, given the winning, probably a first ballot Hall of Fame type guy. I don't think there's anything he can really do to further his legacy by going out there. I think it's as good as it gets. The only thing he could do is potentially hurt his legacy, like we saw Russell Wilson do. Russ was on a one-way road to the Hall of Fame, and now we're sitting here like, I don't know. I'm not saying Travis shouldn't have gone back out there, but why are you going back out there? What more do you have to prove? I understand the idea of like, you're a competitor, you want to win. You also like have other forms of competition in your life. You know, you have a podcast, you have a show. You have other things in life that are lined up for you. You'd be a great host of so many. Dude, you have a long career in media if you want to go there. And he knows that. And Jason's already taking advantage of it. And the only reason Jason has the job at ESPN is because of you. Because Jason wasn't winning a bunch of stuff on his own. As a center, who cares? I know it, but most people won't. You know, when we think of the Chiefs and all the success that they've had, no one knows who the center is. We know who the center is because we love ball. And he's one of the best in the league. His name's escaping me right now. I don't think there's much more that Travis Kelce has to prove, but he's coming back this year to play another year with Mahomes. In a year where Mahomes might not even start the season. In a year where they have to retool their entire offensive line. In a year where they still don't have a good pass catcher. In a year where the defense has all just gotten 1 year older. In a year with the new offensive coordinator, who's also the old offensive coordinator, who kind of left because he wanted to be his own offensive coordinator or head coach, but he was too mean to be the guy. I don't see what the Chiefs have done in this offseason is like, oh man, this team's going to go to the Super Bowl again. I'm not there with the Chiefs. I don't think you should be either. Creed Humphrey, I know. I knew it. Donnie Kelsey's getting her home renovated. Wow. Unbelievable stuff. I don't know. If I was Travis Kelce, I would probably retire. I would probably try to take it easy. You're marrying Taylor Swift this summer. That's kind of like the biggest wedding since Harry and Kate Middleton in pop culture. I hate that I said that. What kind of loser follows the royal family? Why, if you live in America, why the heck do you follow the royal family? You know, people from all over the world follow the royal family and what's going on over there. I had a roommate in college from China. His name was Huron, but we called him Charles because his like English name was Charles, because every Chinese kid gets an English name when they start to study English. And his name was Charles because his mom was a big fan of the royal family. I didn't know China knew about the royal family. I didn't know China knew about England. And yet here I am talking to a man from China who's like, oh yes, I go by Charles because I love the royal family. How do you love the royal family? Huh? Who cares? There's so many more important things to care about. Bro, I'm going to go out. Dude, you probably shouldn't care about the war in Iran. Huh? Unless you like are Iranian. Nah, never mind. You should care about that. There's so many things to not care about in life, but the number one thing to not care about is the royal family. I don't care who is the king or the queen of that place over there, of England. Have you been to London? Pointless. Trying so hard to be New York, you never will be, London. Great little town. Little town. Oh, it's the biggest city in Europe. Get out of here. Who cares? Who cares about the royal family? Who cares about the makeup? Who cares about the pound? Who cares about Buckingham Palace? I don't care about the queen. I don't care about the king. I don't care about the princes or the whales or the jesters or the dukes. Get out of here. It's all fake. It's a fugazi. It's all made up. Oh, you're on the money? Cool. I don't care. Don't they have a prime minister? Don't they have other things going for them? Who cares about the royal family? Paprika. How do I feel about Charlie Kolar to the Chargers? Charlie Kolar is a blocking tight end. So I know it's like tight end. Charlie, you're like, who is this guy? I've never heard of him. He doesn't catch passes. He's a blocking tight end. He's a very, very fast. Think of him as like a very, very fast, half the size of like a tackle that can still block decently well. He's going to be unbelievable in the run game for the Chargers. With Mike McDaniel always has a wide receiver. You know, he had Gesicki on that team that was, I know, a pass catcher and a threat vertically downfield, but Gesicki was an insane blocking tight end for that Miami Dolphins team. You know, Mike McDaniel always goes out and gets a fullback, and he gets a blocking tight end like this to help with the offense. So Chargers fans, rejoice. Chargers fans, don't be looking at this as like, oh, we lost Owen and we lost, who else did we lose? Zion Johnson. All we got back was Khalil Mack, and then we got some tight end that nobody's heard of. Let the man cook. You know, the teams that are making moves on the opening of free agency are teams that are bad. If your roster's pretty solid, why you don't have to make many moves. You don't have to make many moves if your team is solid. They got Alec Ingold. That's the fullback that they got. The two moves that the Chargers got improved the run game so much, dude. If you are already here mentally where you're thinking about fantasy football and stuff like that, Omari and Hampton is going to feast in that lineup. He's going to feast. My water tastes horrible today. That water tastes like the Pirates of the Caribbean, Red. Speaking of the Bolts, per Adam Schefter, or we covered this a little bit. Here's the Kelsey one-year deal from Adam Schefter. The Broncos are releasing veteran linebacker Dre Greenlaw. Obviously, it was a big-time physical presence in their defense. Thanks, Ian Rappaport. He was also in San Francisco for many years. He went to the Super Bowl in San Francisco. He very, very, very sadly tore his Achilles or his ACL running out on the field at halftime, if you guys remember that correctly. The Broncos picked him up. He got hurt again last year at some point. Health issues galore with linebacker Dre Greenlaw, but if you are a team that is a linebacker deficient, you want to go up and pick a guy like Dre Greenlaw. Do not sleep on the Cowboys here in this position. Swaggy, we are doing a fantasy football league this year. Yes. We're also doing a fantasy baseball league. If you want to join the fantasy baseball league, DM me on Discord if you want to. For fantasy football, we have quite a, how do I put this? I have quite a dream where no man will be turned away. We'll have multiple fantasy leagues, and there will be league relegation. So Division 1 will be the division that I start in, and that's like all of the OGs who've been listening the longest will be in Division 1. And then from there, we'll do Division 2, Division 3, Division 4. The top three from each league will be moved up to the league above them, and the bottom three from each league will be relegated down. So over the course in the history of this show, we will have upwards of 100 fantasy leagues with relegation. So at any moment, you will be able to move up into divisions, into higher divisions, into lower divisions, and who knows what happens. It'll be very fun. I would like to do Dynasty, but I have a guy named Dynasty Price Check. His name is Stan. Follow him on TikTok. He's been on the show before. He got me really, really into Dynasty, so I might start one this year with some of the homies. Greg Dulcich is back to Miami on a one-year deal. Tight end Greg Dulcich. Who cares? Nothing deal. Jeremy Fowler. Nothing deal. The Saints have agreed to terms with Noah Fant on a 2-year deal. Shout out to the Saints. The Saints have been making moves so far. The Saints have been making absolute moves, and we like the direction in which this organization is going. It seems like they are trying to win and win now. And that is where we are right now. We are all caught up on football. We're all caught up in what's going on. Rappaport. We're following Rappaport today. Here's the deal to get Noah Fant. Font or Fant? Who cares? This is wild. Here's the Ravens 2022 draft class has collected $300 million in total contract extensions, with Daniel Falale still available. Kyle Hamilton is a $100 million contract. Tyler Linderbaum, the biggest interior line contract of all time. Travis Jones, Isaiah Likely, Jordan Stout, Charlie Kohler round it out. But yeah, this is one draft class. This is the 22 draft class. Why do you think Baltimore doesn't get rid? Why do you think Baltimore doesn't trade away first round picks? It's because they're beast with it. Because they're absolutely wet. Just the 2022 draft class is raking in $300 million in contract extensions. You will not see another organization pull something like this off. The Broncos have re-signed Alex Singleton to a 2-year deal. This is good for them. Alex Singleton obviously had testicular cancer last year, came back from that, was a beast for this team. Steven Tanner will probably have an update on this when he gets on the phone with us and all of that. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. What's happening? Here's Steven Tanner. Nice. He will be their starting third string QB. Steven Tanner from the top rope. NFL free agency is so awesome, dude. But I said this just a second ago, and I do still firmly believe it. If your team is making a ton of deals around free agency, if you're signing a bunch of guys, it means you're probably not that good of a team. If you are losing a bunch of guys, it probably means you are an insanely good team. So to the Ravens fans that are like, we're losing so many of our players, it's because you have a surplus of so many good players. Dude, look at the Seahawks. The Seahawks are getting depleted right now. They're losing a ton of guys across the entire NFL because they have a ton of guys to lose. Teams like the Titans, the Raiders, the Giants are making insane moves right now because they have the cap space and they don't have any players. So if your team isn't making moves around NFL free agency, dude, I'm going to go feel good. Like, feel good about that. Because it basically alludes to this idea that your team is kind of ready. Your team is kind of ready. It's already pretty much there. The team that is like least ready right now, and I'm not. The thing about NFL free agency is today is just the legal tampering day, so this is like pre-free agency, if you will. When free agency like really begins on Wednesday, which on Wednesday, for those watching the show right now, we're going to be going live at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, which is an hour before free agency officially opens up. So we'll be doing 2 hours early on TBWZ, an hour before free agency opens up, so we can get the full free agency and we can really capture the entire thing. And we'll stay live throughout all of it. We're doing phone calls. We're doing live look-ins. We're going to be talking on the phone with insiders. We're going to be reaching out directly to some people to get some comments and stuff like that. So Wednesday is going to be a very, very fun, action-packed show. To the 636 number who's calling in, we're about to take a 5-minute break. Once this 5-minute break is up at the top of the hour, we have NFL insider Steven Tanner on the show. And once Steven Tanner is off the show, we will be opening up the phone lines and going live on YouTube. You are listening to Take Back with Zach. This is Wide Screen Radio. 5 minutes till the hour. We'll see you guys at the top. What this brother has to say. What is up, bro? How are you? What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yo, do you remember me? I called you like last month.
I don't remember everybody, but what's your name? Where are you calling from, my guy?
Anthony, and I'm calling from Indiana.
Anthony from Indiana. Now it's coming to me. Now it becomes more and more familiar. You are you like chicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're the guy who likes girls. Let's go. Brother, you're calling into the show. What do you want to talk about today?
Who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
You have who winning the Super Bowl?
Patriots.
You also have the Patriots. Do you have any reasoning behind it, or just like that's the way the cookie crumbles?
I can't hear you.
Do you also, or do you have any reasoning behind the Patriots winning, or do you just think that's the way it rolls? The Patriots win.
I think that the Patriots will win because of their defense.
Yeah, they got a solid defense. Bro, did you have school today? Did you already finish it up?
Yeah, it was hell. Tell me about it.
Bro, what happened? Why? What grade are you in, first of all?
I'm in 7th grade.
7th grade's a
And
rough one, dude. What made today tough?
What?
What made today so tough?
So I got in trouble because at lunch I said, in my Drake May jersey, I said, "Let's go Patriots," and then I yelled it out in the cafeteria, and then one teacher said, "You need to sit out from this cafeteria and you need to eat in the hallway."
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And it was literally a Bills fan who told me that.
Bro, was this teacher a woman?
Yeah.
Bro, is she old and annoying?
I mean, when I first met her the first year, she wasn't that annoying.
She sounds like a really
But-
nasty lady to be around.
Yeah.
That stinks so bad, bro. So you got kicked out of the cafeteria and you had to eat alone? Was that sad or what?
And then in the next 3 days, I have to eat in the office.
You have to eat in the office for 3 days straight because you yelled "Go Pats"?
Mhm.
Bro, that's so uncool.
Yeah.
Man, what a horrible punishment. They're like, hey, you're a ball knower and you love football and you're a passionate guy. Go eat in the hallway all alone. I don't like that, man. I don't like that one bit.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to ask you that. But, bro, what are you doing for the Super Bowl? What are your plans?
I'm gonna throw a party.
You're
With
throwing a
my
party
family.
at your pad?
Mhm.
What's your favorite Super Bowl food? What you cooking up?
I actually don't know. I actually keep it a mystery.
Dude, keep it a mystery. Keep it a buck. Are you going to drink some like, what's your favorite soda? Are you going to have some Dr. Pepper?
I might.
You might mess around with some DP? Whoa. Are you excited for Bad Bunny?
No.
Oh, dude, not at all?
No.
All right. That's chill. The ladies like Bad Bunny, though. You got to start getting on the Bad Bunny so you can play that for the ladies. You know what I mean, dog?
Wait, you must be thinking of the wrong person. I wasn't the one that liked the girls.
Oh, you're not the one who likes girls.
I mean, I do. I'm not gay.
Well, there we go. Answered that question. Is there anybody in your grade that is out of the closet, that is gay?
I think one, but our school goes up to 8, but there was the 4th grade teacher I think is gay.
Oh, you have a gay teacher.
Mhm.
Is it a gay girl or a gay guy?
A gay guy. I think he is. He acts like it.
He acts like a gay guy. I sometimes act like a gay guy.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah, sometimes we all do. Sometimes you got to get a little fruity on them. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're impressing a girl, you got to get a little fruity on them. They kind of like it sometimes.
Yeah.
But they like it more when we lift. Do you play sports? Do you lift?
Of course I do play sports.
Of course he plays sports. What up? We are back. Take Back with Zach. Hour 2 has officially begun. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody who followed throughout the break. I think those are going to be really fun. I think it's a way to highlight some of the funny stuff that we've done over the show. We do need a better transition, though. Instead of just like the kid being like, I'm confirmed not gay. And then me going like, what up? I want like some music. You're listening to TBWZ Take Back with Zach. We're kind of going into quarterback mode in just a second here. As you guys know, for the show, we're going to be getting Steven Tanner to call in just a moment. Come on. He just texted me, what's the number? Brother, the number never changes. But it's off the screen right now. It's 216-352-5216. If you guys didn't know, now you do know. The phone lines are officially open. It's 213, actually. Boom. 213-352-5216. You would think the NFL Insider for TVWZ, our official first NFL Insider, would have the phone number locked in, dialed in, ready to rock at all times. If not, it is okay because here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to make it nice and loud for our official NFL Insider who's muting the stream in the back of his phone right now. NFL Insider Steven Tanner, guys. Make it loud. Steven Tanner.
How's it going, everybody?
ST, good to have you on, bro. Good to have you on. Is there any way you could, like, it sounds horrible right now, ST. Can you mute the stream in the background?
Is it better? I had to swap you off my CarPlay. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we can. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for risking life and limb. Obviously, it's a busy day for you. Where are you at right now in the world, ST?
Holy cow. I am behind computer screens, jibbling. Can I even talk? I can't. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I haven't slept in days, Zach. I was just out in Arizona, had a few meetings with some of my insiders out there.
Yes.
We are in for a crazy week. If you think this, is a crazy day so far, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
I explained to the people you are based out of Denver. You have a home in Newport Beach, but I know you frequent Arizona a lot. You have sources deep within the Cardinals organization, correct?
I have sources deep within the league with every organization. I specialize in a few teams. Broncos, Cardinals being two of them.
Yeah.
Now, just crazy start to it here. The Cardinals, first off, they signed Algier. They're a little worried about Connor's usage. That is not the only player they're going to be signing here for their specials. So, Kyler Murray, there's been a lot of talks.
Yeah.
He's been going to a few different teams. I don't want to spill the beans too bad here.
Yeah.
Just know he's going to be in a purple uniform next year.
Purple.
Okay.
Have you? Wow. Confirmed. Steven Tanner, purple uniform. Have you talked to Kyler in his camp? Is he happy about this move, or did he wish he was still in Arizona?
He's just happy he's not sent to the bench. He had a few good years to start his career. He's been a little wishy-washy. He's going to be in a purple and a yellow uniform. And the guy that's got JJM for his initials, he's going to be seeing himself released here pretty soon.
Wow.
He was a big bust. He's just unfortunately not cut out for the league, and it's apparent. The teams are talking about it. No one really wants this guy on the roster, and they're lucky that they're going to be able to land someone like Kyler Murray over there. He does fit their scheme pretty well.
That's good. That's good for Kyler. So he's pretty much. They've told him it's his job, or is he going to be competing with JJ McCarthy for that job?
JJ McCarthy is lucky to maintain a roster spot.
Holy cow. That is big. You are obviously big in the Broncos organization. Dre Greenlaw for the Broncos just got released. He was kind of banged up, though, right? Do you think health is the main issue there, ST?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing, I hear a lot of talk about why are we signing Singleton to this huge contract. Not only did he play without an ACL, he came back after 2 weeks after having one of his testicles removed. That's the main reason. Dre Greenlaw, not only did he get himself suspended, he just can't stay on the field. He's always hurt. He's a bit of a liability. Singleton led the league in tackles He's very reliable. You'd have to do something really bad to this guy to get him off the field, which I think ultimately is the reason why he's the leader, and they're dropping Greenlaw there. He did have a decent hit to our cap space as well, so that was the reason on releasing him. It's a crazy market, and according to my insiders here, we're about to see a big move this week by the Broncos. They haven't done much yet. They've re-signed some guys, let a couple guys go, but we're about to see a talent position. There's going to be a big move in our receiving core here this week.
Oh, at receiver is where you're going to have an ingestive. Wow. I know you probably can't spill anything on that, but the wide receiver market has been quite crazy with Alec Pierce signing for like $120 million over 4.
Well, let's just say this: Pickens is still on the board. Shaheed's still on the board. So that's really all I'm going to say about that. Now, I know people are probably curious. J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
Does he have the gusto to stay healthy for a full season? And
because they brought him back, correct? St. The Broncos brought him back.
They did 2-year contract, and the biggest thing about that is the money side of things. He's cheaper. We were really seriously considering going after the newest Chiefs running back, which I'll get into in a minute here.
Whoa.
But he's just too expensive. Now we can't afford to be paying $13-14 million a year, hitting our caps that much. So
is there any
the reason we passed on Walker?
Is there any worry on? So you guys passed on Kenneth Walker. I'd love to get some more into maybe the side of the Chiefs side of things. But if we stick with the Broncos for a little bit, is there any issue with Joe with Bo Nix? I call him Joe sometimes. With Joe Nix's ankle going into the 2026 NFL season, or is he going to be fully healthy to start the season?
He's already making great strides in the offseason here. I don't think too many people are worried about it. There was that comment by Sean Payton there, literally day of injury that kind of, peeved Knicks. But, he's been through this before. He's been through the injuries. He knows how to recover healthily, and we've got a really good team over there in regard to the physical therapy. So I don't think there's too many people inside the camp that are worried about him being healthy next season and being able to come out strong week 1.
Yeah, it's a tough division, too, with the Chargers obviously having a great season, and they should improve with their tackles. The Broncos are obviously the number 1 ranked team in the NFL probably this year. And then the other team, Kansas City. Obviously, the Raiders are making a ton of moves, but I'm kind of curious about some of this stuff Kansas City is doing with their team.
Kansas City is going to be bottom 4 in the AFC West.
Wow.
They're going to be – the Raiders are going to stride above them as well. Mahomes is going to miss some time to start the season. They still haven't figured out their receiving core. There's a lot of question marks on that team, even with the addition of Kenneth Walker. Unfortunately, I don't think it's really going to do much for them.
Really?
They're a team of the past, if you will. They're no longer going to be fighting tooth and nail. I don't even think they come close to making a run at a playoff position this season.
You don't even think they make the playoffs? 2 years in a row, no playoffs for the Chiefs.
I think by week 10 they're already eliminated.
Wow. ST, that's crazy. You mentioned the Raiders being better than them. Adam Schefter just reported, I'm sure you knew about this. Nakobe Dean just signed a 3-year deal with the Raiders to return to Las Vegas. Las Vegas has made some good moves, man. Obviously, they lost Crosby, but since then, it seems like they've really, really picked up the steam.
Well, I think the pickup of Lindenbaum was huge for them.
Yeah.
They have a couple other things in the works as well, but they're really building out their team with the youth, which is what they need. They need a full rebuild. Brady's been a part of multiple championship teams. He's also sitting inside multiple different teams' camps because he's now a commentator as well. It's a little caveat people don't really realize. When you're a reporter, you get to get some inside information there. Being that he's an owner, they had to change some rules just for him to be able to do both of them, because quite frankly, it used to be illegal what he's doing. But, they changed the rules around, and now he's able to sit in on this insider information. I think within the next 2-3 years, the Raiders are going to be real serious contenders with a young squad that'll be there for years to come.
Yeah, ST, thank you for your time. Do you have 2 minutes to answer some questions from the chat?
Yeah, of course. Shoot away. I'm driving. I can't read them.
Yes. XD1 is asking, do you have any idea or any intel on where Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be ending up?
Yeah, Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be ending up on the couch. He's not playing this year.
Wow. Heard it here first from ST. There's a large amount of Giants moving over to the Titans right now to follow Brian Daboll over there. Is there any animosity right now between Giants players and John Harbaugh, or is everything good in the locker room there?
You know, it's a classic case of people being loyal players. I'm sure there's some civil unrest. That's not really my forte. I'm not really inside over there, but you know, as it's apparent, you know, John Harbaugh's got some guys that were loyal to him coming over from the Ravens, as Daboll's got some guys coming over from the Giants. So just a little bit of a shakeup. We see it every year. We more see it in college, but
true.
That's just part of the game.
Very true. ST, brother, thank you so much for your time. We're going to be live again on Wednesday. I believe you said you could tune in for a little bit on Wednesday.
Yeah, expect about the same time Wednesday. Should be able to give you about a 10-15 minute time period there around 3. Awesome.
ST, official insider of TBWZ Widescreen Radio. Thank you so much, brother. You have a great rest of your day.
You as well.
All right, bye. Steven Tanner. Unbelievable. I know I didn't get a chance to plug it, but at Steven Tanner on Twitter is where you can find him. He's one of the top growing NFL analysts in the league right now. If you're going to be following anybody on Twitter in terms of, knowledge and true understanding of the game, Steven Tanner is probably the guy for you. He's the absolute man. We're now live on TikTok as well, fellas. If you have it within your heart and soul to pop over on TikTok for 2 seconds and see how we doing over there and maybe like it up a little bit. Thank you, ST. Are the Ravens pursuing a center? I probably should have asked him, Blorp. What you can do is you can tweet at Steven Tanner, hey, just heard you on TBWZ. Are the Ravens pursuing a center? And he'll get back to you quick. You know, he's trying to build quite a following over there. And XD1 agrees with what ST had to say. He thinks OBJ's career's over. Once you're not on a team for a year, it's kind of wraps. I mean, worse players than OBJ have had that happen to them before. I don't even know what I'm talking about. That doesn't make any sense. Chexmaster has joined the show. What up, dog? You're the only one here. Shout out to you. Like I said on the phone call with Steven Tanner, Nakobe Dean has signed a 3-year deal with the Raiders. We already talked about Noah Fant. But Nakobe Dean signing a 3-year, $36 million deal, including $20 million guaranteed to play with the Raiders. Man, I know the Raiders lost Crosby, but boy, oh boy, those 2 first-round picks and all the players they're getting probably feels pretty good if you're a Las Vegas Raiders fan. Quay Walker has also signed with the Raiders. Linebacker Quay Walker, former Packers linebacker, is in agreement with the Raiders for a 3-year, $40.5 million deal that includes $28 million guaranteed. Are the Raiders going to be legit good next year or what? Are we legitimately looking at the Raiders as a team that it could be a playoff contender in Las Vegas with the whatever quarterback they bring in? Because the defense they're building has been pretty nice. Obviously, getting Linderbaum was huge because, in my opinion, Linderbaum was probably the highest rated guy. But you got Eric Stokes, cornerback, joining the Raiders. Jalen Naylor is an awesome wide receiver. Quay Walker now and Nakobe Dean both joining the Raiders. The Titans have also signed former Bengals guard Cordell Volson to a 1-year, $2.5 million guaranteed deal. That is a nothing deal. That is an absolute nothing deal. But the Titans are moving, bro. Jeffy Have, Carter, KP, Grant, Taylor, Julian, Chex. What's up, guys? We're talking NFL free agency today. We are taking live callers at the moment. The number's at the middle of the screen. It's 213-352-5216. If you want to call into the show and talk some NFL free agency, feel free to. We are getting a phone call right now, so you guys will be able to hear this phone call. We are also on YouTube. We are on the Purple app at Take Back with Zach, wherever you find us, on IG, TikTok, everywhere you go. We love TikTok. We love China. Shout out to China. Shout out to us. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, I'm Eli, and I'm calling from St. Louis.
Eli, and you said you're from St. Louis, brother?
Yup.
Dog, how are you doing today? How is St. Louis treating you? Are you ready for some NFL football or what?
I'm doing great with the warm weather. I'm ready for the football.
Dude, NFL free agency has begun today, which feels like the season has started. Even before baseball's even gotten underway, we're already all the way in NFL mode. Who's your team that you root for over there in St. Louis?
I know it doesn't sound like a St. Louis team, but I go for the Colts.
You're a Colts fan. Indianapolis not too far away. What is up, Da Vinci? Good to see you, bro. Dog, the Colts have made some moves so far in the offseason, as you expect a team to do. Obviously, the big one at wide receiver, getting rid of Michael Pittman and keeping Alec Pierce. Am I an idiot for thinking that Michael Pittman was a better wide receiver than Alec Pierce?
I would think maybe the last 2 seasons, probably not. Before that, yes, though.
Yeah, I agree with that. And they also got Arden Key, an edge rusher who's going to be very helpful to that defense. How are you feeling about Indianapolis right now and the moves you've made so far and Chris Ballard?
I haven't loved Ballard the last few years, but he's making some good moves now.
Yeah, it seems like the defense has gotten better, obviously, with Sauce Gardner. You guys were pretty unhealthy last year, so getting that defense right. Is Daniel Jones going to be the quarterback, though, in Indianapolis?
That's a good question. I mean, they transition tagged him, so I would guess they're going to try to work out a deal. But after the Michael Pittman trade and then the Alec Pierce signing, I'm not sure. Yeah,
it's wild that they went with Pierce over Pittman, in my opinion. But it was a trade for Pittman, right? Did you get anything back for Pittman?
I think we just got a late round draft pick swap. That's it.
Really interesting move. Eli, your team last year started the season, I believe you were 9-3, and then you finished the season 0-7. Do you think you guys are going to make the playoffs this year, or are we looking at another lost season?
I'm hoping. I mean, I think last year it came down to injury, so if our whole team can stay healthy this year, I think we can maybe get to playoffs. Yeah.
I mean, it'd be awesome if you guys stayed healthy and you guys got that done. It'd be very cool. Eli, brother, we got a bunch of people trying to call into the show today. Did you have anything else for us on your way out?
Nope. That's all.
Eli, you are the man. We're live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 to 6. On Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a special free agency, so follow along on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and we'll be going live for like 6 hours that day.
All right.
All right. Talk to you soon, bro. Peace. Yeah, Jesus Luzardo. Jesus Luzardo also signed an extension with the Phillies, 5-year, $135 million. Good for Phillies. What is up? You are now live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name and where are you calling from? They hung up. Get another call right now. Hello. You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Judah. I'm calling from Nebraska.
Judah from Nebraska. Judah, that's a pretty cool name, dog. Are you named after anything sweet?
Yeah, I'm named after a character from the Bible.
Yes, you are. Shout out to the Bible. Shout out to the disciples. Shout out to Christ. Dog, you're in Nebraska. What NFL team are you rooting for?
I root for Chicago.
Chicago Bears. Now they're going to be the Indiana Bears because they're moving out of Chicago.
I mean, I'm fine with it as long as they're still called the Chicago Bears, in my opinion.
You're a man of the people. But, dog, Judah from Nebraska, you're calling into the show. What do you want to talk about today, brother?
So my hot take is that Caleb Williams is a top 5 quarterback, and it's not even a question.
Talent alone. JD, thank you for liking the live, bro. That helps out a lot. JD, you are the man. Good to see you in here. Judah, I put out multiple takes last year that said Caleb Williams is the most talented quarterback in the NFL. I am very, very, very high on Caleb Williams, and I think he has probably the highest ceiling in the league. There's no one that can make the throws like him aside from Pat Mahomes. Am I crazy for thinking that?
No, you're not crazy at all.
Dude, thank you. You are the man. It's so nice of you to compliment me that way.
Yeah, especially what we've seen from him in the playoffs with that throw.
It's crazy. There's not a lot of players in the league where you can just say, like, from that throw. And we all know exactly what you're talking about when you say that throw, because we know exactly which one. Like, not many guys possess such talent to be able to just say, oh, remember the throw, and everybody knows. But it's not the only move is having that guy. I think one of the biggest moves of today has been the fact that you guys got Kobe Bryant from Seattle on a 3-year deal. He's going to help out the defense a lot.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we can get Trey Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson would be nice, but you do have Devin Bush, who you signed, and Kobe Bryant. So, in my opinion, I think your defense got better today. All right. He hung up. The Stars choked on Friday. JD, I know. Big game, too. Would have been nice to see him win. But did you see the Buffalo and Tampa Bay game last night? That's the craziest thing ever. Did the Steelers sign Dowdle? I haven't seen anything on Dowdle yet, Bruce, but if they do, please call into the show and let us know. I just got a new update from Ian Rappaport himself. The Titans are signing guard Cordell Volson. And oh my gosh, Adam Schefter at the buzzer. Kenny Pickett has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Carolina Panthers worth up to $7.5 million. That includes $4 million in guarantees. There it is, XD1. Do we think Kobe resurrected to go to the Bear? Dang, yeah. Yeah, Kobe Bryant's back. I'm sorry I had to go. Judah, you're fine, bro. Absolutely love you. Care about you a lot. God bless you in many ways. Steelers signed Dowdle. I haven't seen that yet. How's Kenny Pickett getting $7.5 million? Because Kenny Pickett plays quarterback. It's stupid, though. Do we think, though? Let's put on our thinking caps for a little bit, fellas. We have Kenny Pickett signing a $7.5 million deal to go to Carolina Panthers, a team that last year made the playoffs, was a field goal away from beating the Rams, who eventually went to the conference finals game and was a field goal away from beating the Super Bowl champion. This is a team in Carolina that's not far off from success. Do you know what it means when a team goes after a proven commodity, a guy who they know can play backup quarterback, and they go out and get him? That's the last piece of the puzzle. You ever see an NFL team completely crumble once their backup goes in, right? And then you have some NFL teams, their backup goes in, and they're able to do fine. Nick Foles literally did this. So this move for the Carolina Panthers is letting me know that they think that they are all in on this season. The question that I have for you guys, and if anybody wants to call in and answer this question, to be greatly appreciated, love to hear from you. Do you think Kenny Pickett starts a game this season for the Carolina Panthers, who have also signed a Caleb Evans cornerback to the team, who should be a big help? ZT is in here. JD is in here. Bruce is in here. Judah is in here. Da Vinci is in here. Paul is in here. All the homies in there. All the homies in. What's with the who said Rico Dowdle is joining the Packers? Wow, JD with the roses. Oh my gosh, brother. Shout out to you. JD is sending roses in here like a true man. Bryce Young is good. There's nothing on Dowdle to the Steelers. It's not true. Blorp, thank you for confirming or denying that report with us. Obviously, the Kenny Pickett one is real. The Kenny Pickett one is real. It's signed by Adam Schefter himself. The funniest one of the day, and I haven't seen this on the main ESPN update page. The Bengals are making moves, said official Mike. The Bengals haven't done a single thing today that makes me think that this team is going to be any bit serious. I know Boye Mafe is a good edge rusher, right? But they're losing Trey Hendrickson. So that's not a positive. Signing Boye but losing Trey Hendrickson is not a positive to me. Brian Cook is a solid safety. I'm not going to lie. Brian Cook is a solid safety. But the Bengals are a team that are so far away from having good... We got Rashid Shaheed. Rashid Shaheed news. According to XD1 in the TWITCH chat, we have Rashid Shaheed news. Rico Dowdle signed a contract with the Cowboys. I'm so confused on this Steelers thing. I am too. XD. What do we got? Sorting by reason. The Seahawks are bringing back, according to Diana Rossini of The Athletic. Shout out to Diana Rossini. Shout out to her. She's an awesome lady. Awesome woman. The Seahawks are bringing back wide receiver Rashid Shaheed on a 3-year, $51 million deal. Sources tell The Athletic and Diana Rossini. Adam Schefter has confirmed the report that Rashid Shaheed will be going back to the Seahawks. You got to re-sign him, right? If you're Seattle, you have to take Rashid Shaheed in. He's one of the reasons that you won the Super Bowl. It's because of how dominant he was. How good he was as a kick returner is one thing. Matt, thank you for liking the live. It's one thing how good he was as a kick returner, but what he did offensively to open this team up, Matt just keeps liking it up. Thank you, Doc. He opened this team up offensively in ways that allowed Kenneth Walker to become the running back that he was late in the season. Obviously, Zach Charbonnet getting hurt helped him out too. Rashid Shaheed can blow the top off of defense, brother. He's one of the fastest guys that we have in the league. So when a guy like Rashid Shaheed joins a team like the Seahawks that has a JSN weapon out there, there's a JSN just lurking over there. XD1, shout out to you. It frees up JSN to get a lot more open and not get double covered by a safety because that safety needs to be helping on the Rashid Shaheed side. He can blow the top off any defense in the league. JD, you're the man. I feel bad for Baker. He lost Evans. He's got Emeka Egbuka. I think he's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure the Bucks have made some. The Bucks have also gotten Cade Otton back, which is fun. They've gotten Kenneth Gainwell, Alex Anzalone, and like I said, Cade Otton. I like the moves that the Bucks have made. Not going to lie. I think they're going to be fine. I think the biggest issue with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is not necessarily player personnel. It's more Todd Bowles, the offensive coordinator who got fired now. Losing Liam Cohen was really, really tough on this team. But I think ultimately, one of the biggest issues for this team is the offensive line. And I haven't seen any changes there. Their defense stunk. Their O-line was bad. You cannot win games with a bad offensive line and a poor defense. That's not how it works in the NFL, dog. Screaming and yelling at the top of my lungs. I don't even know why that's trending. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Rashid Shaheed re-signed. ZT, we just broke that news live. It's pretty crazy. If you want to call into the show and talk about it, or talk about anything. Can't believe the Bucks didn't fire Todd Bowles. He's the main problem. JD, you and I are like-minded individuals, brother. You and I are cut from the same cloth, my dog. I'm going to say it. If anybody wants to call into the show, it is 213-352-5216. We're taking callers all day. There is a call coming in right now. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Blorp, Baltimore.
My guy, Blorp, literally went viral on my Instagram one time for talking about the Baltimore Ravens. So if there's anybody to listen to about the Ravens, it's my guy, Blorp. How are you doing today, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, dog. It seems like you guys are handling this free agency period decently well, though it seems like your team is getting absolutely poached by John Harbaugh.
Yeah. We definitely need another tight end now because Kolar and Likely are both gone.
Yeah.
But the one move that really hurts the most is Linderbaum is gone, and I don't know what we're gonna do at that position.
At center, yeah, but you did get John Simpson from the Jets, who's a quality offensive lineman who's going to be able to protect. So, I think you're going to be like, you can't replace Linderbaum. It's going to be a tough one, but yeah, it does help. I mean, obviously the biggest move that the Ravens made and the biggest move that will happen throughout this entire offseason is probably going to be this Max Crosby deal.
Yeah, gotta be. That was huge.
What I had someone, I don't think it was you, but someone called into the show the day it happened, before it happened, and was like, hey, watch out for Max Crosby to the Ravens. We obviously saw Lamar Jackson tweeting that emoji out, too. It seems like this was a done deal before you and I... Huh?
That was not me.
No, but it seems like it was a done deal before anybody knew. It's going to really change that team.
Wait, I'm losing you.
I just said it's a huge move. It's going to change the trajectory and course of that defense. With Jesse Minter,
sure.
Head coach, too?
I mean, the secondary was not good last year, but you look at the personnel, you look at how good those players are. It had nothing to do with the secondary itself. It had everything to do with the fact that opposing quarterbacks had like 25 seconds to throw the ball.
They had all day. They were 10th, and they were last in the league with only 10 sacks from the edge position. So they went out and got Max Crosby. I think they're going to get a lot better there. But yeah, you're right. The personnel in the secondary is solid. The personnel all over the Ravens is solid. Do you have any worry about you guys being the Super Bowl favorites for this coming year?
Hmm?
Do you have any worries about being the Super Bowl favorites going into the 2026 season?
I don't think that matters that much, to be honest.
How do you feel about the person? There's still the person out there that's saying the same thing. It's like, and the 484 number will take you after this call. There's still the same thing that people say. It's like, it doesn't really matter what moves you make. It's still Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. Are we seeing a different Lamar this year?
Honestly, I think we've seen a different Lamar the last couple of years. Since since the Titans lost, like he really hasn't been all that bad in the playoffs. And he's even been good. I would consider. I mean, the game against the Bills 2 years ago. That's the last time we saw him. He was outside of one really questionable throw. He was actually really good and led a potential game-tying drive with like under 2 minutes through a dot to Mark Andrews, who then dropped the ball.
Yeah,
But that was definitely not on Lamar.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on that one a lot. It obviously was not Lamar's fault. That team in general just felt like the team of destiny. They couldn't get it done against Kansas City. Last year, they were the Super Bowl favorites. They had the best roster in the league, and this year they're kind of pretty much returning the best roster in the league, just getting better. Yep. Going into Jesse Minter's first year, high expectations for that team up there in Baltimore. But really, I think a lot of this revolves around what are we doing with Lamar Jackson's future as a quarterback in this league? Because he's up for a re-sign, correct?
Yeah. There were people saying there is no world where the Ravens get Crosby, re-sign Linderbaum, and also manage to extend Lamar. So
yeah,
I guess in that context, it makes sense why they didn't get Linderbaum, but I still wish they had been able to get him.
Yeah. Yeah. You weren't able to get both of them, so it seems like they are clearing room to go in and grab Lamar Jackson to a fat deal. You know, yeah. I'm stoked for him. I'm also stoked for the Raiders. I think you guys both made good moves that helped each other out. Crazy that This is the first time in 31 years that you guys have traded away a first-round pick.
Yeah, I didn't think Crosby was going to happen, to be honest, because of that. Ravens are just really good at drafting historically, and they just never seem to let go of first-round picks.
No, they don't, but they did, and we're stoked on it because that team just got a whole lot better. Brother Blorp, thank you for following along. You're going to be joining the Fantasy Baseball League, right?
Yeah, 100%. I do want to talk to you about like setup and whatever at some point, but I don't know when a good time to do that is.
Because you've ran fantasy leagues in the past, right? For baseball?
I haven't run them. But I'm like heavily involved in like my current league and like the rules and whatever. So
yeah, just DM me back and forth on Discord. Sometimes it takes a while to respond, but I'll get back to you.
All right, probably Instagram because I don't have Discord, but
yeah, we might run the whole league through Discord, so maybe get that later on. But yeah, for now, Instagram works.
All right,
brother. We'll talk to you soon. Okay, dog.
Yep. Have a good night.
Peace.
Yep.
Austin said, any update on Lloyd? Are you talking about Devin Lloyd? Are you talking about Devin Lloyd? I don't have any update on Devin Lloyd right now. If I did, I would give it to you. JD Walker continues to be the man. JD, you bring up something very interesting. The World Baseball Classic is on right now. It's on, and it's probably the best thing that we have in sports, not going to lie. It's that and NFL free agency. Food for thought, there's too much on your screen. That actually really helps me out a lot, dude. Joshua, thank you. Would love to know how to dial it in. Are you a graphic designer or anything, Joshua? I don't know what I should, because I think these lives should pop a little bit more. No one else is doing a live phone number call-in radio show like I am on TikTok or on Twitch or on YouTube. So I think it should be popping more than it is. It might be an issue with my graphics. We're getting a call right now. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, how's it going? My name's Nick. I'm calling in from Philadelphia.
Nick from Philly. I gotta say, if you get a call from a guy named Nick from Philly, it's probably going to be a very interesting call. But brother, I strike you as an Eagles fan. Is that correct?
Yeah, man, longtime Eagles fan. Ever since I was a kid. I remember Mark Sanchez suiting up for our game. Like I'm pretty diehard, I'd say.
You are, if you remember Mark Sanchez, you are a diehard Eagles fan. You guys just lost to Kobe Dean to the Raiders. How are we feeling?
I'm being honest. Well, he wasn't gonna stay. He wasn't gonna stay at all.
No.
The sooner we came close to that, realization. I mean, sooner was to move on. We have Campbell. Campbell's a fucking dog, man. I can't even get over the fact Campbell is going to be a stud in this league, and we got him in the late first round. Are you kidding me? Like, how we trading on draft night? That's Jihad's going to carry the team next year. Like, I swear to God.
I mean, I think the defense was not the problem last year. You know, I think the defense
No,
was
it
really,
wasn't
really
at
good.
all.
And I
No, it's
I
just-
don't. Obviously, losing to Kobe Dean sucks, but like you said, Jihad Campbell is an incredible talent. You have talent all over that team. It's just you guys couldn't run the ball last year. That was the main issue for Philly.
Yeah, but listen, that could be fixed with this new guy, Sean,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck
Mannion.
his name is, Mannion.
Sean Mannion.
But what really pisses me off as an Eagles fan is that oh my gosh, the fucking Niners, dude. I cannot get over how a team with that many injuries can just fucking destroy a powerhouse. You could argue we have one of the best rosters in football, and all you can muster up is a first round exit. Are we serious?
Yeah,
that's pissing me off so much. And I knew weeks ahead that if we were to play the Niners, we were going to lose. We were going to lose because our team cannot make it in the second half. They cannot produce at all. It's because our offensive coordinator, Patullo, I'm so glad he's out of here, man. Jesus.
Yeah. You got to be glad that Patullo's out of there. I will say, absolutely love your passion and energy. Try not to use the F word. We try to keep the show PG-13,
right,
but
my fault.
You're good, bro. The move to Sean Mannion is the move that everyone wanted all year. They wanted Patullo out of there. How come this team, although it is so gifted and Howie Roseman does such a good job creating a roster, they've had such trouble with the offensive coordinator position? Everyone's leaving and coming and going, and Nick Sirianni is calling plays now. And like, when can we just lock in and figure that out? Is this Sirianni's last year to figure that out until they move on from him?
No, I think we're keeping Sirianni for a long time, and I'm honestly not too mad about it. We know what we're getting out of Sirianni. He's not a play caller. He's a culture builder. I'm really cool with him as our head coach. He's gonna come in right away. He's gonna we're guaranteed playoffs every year if he's our coach. That's the bottom line. And really, it's up to the offensive coordinator position to really see how far we can go, because Fangio's staying. Well, we know that he wants to stay. He's not going anywhere else. If Mannion hits I don't know. I'd be pretty scared if I was everyone else in the NFC.
Yeah, especially in a division that's incredibly winnable. I think for you guys going forward, I don't see the
Incredibly
Cowboys
winnable.
improving too much.
That bailed us out so much last year. Cowboys I thought they were going to make a push. Like, I watched that Packers game. I got a little bit scared after that. I forget which other. Oh, the Chiefs game too, and then they also beat us the second time. But,
they beat you after you were up 21-0 in the first half. That game was wild.
God, man, it's like you can predict these games, man. Like, that's how bad, and even as I mean, I study some film in my free time, and just looking at it, that team had no clue what they were doing in the second half of every single game. It's like watching a doctor just sticks 20 needles in your leg and you can't do anything about it. Oh my God.
It's like when you go into an allergist to get the scratch test and he tries 60 different allergies on your back and you're like, oh yeah, you were allergic.
Exactly.
Obviously,
and
the thing that every dumb talking head on ESPN has been talking about this entire offseason is A.J. Brown. My take for you real quick, why would you get rid of your best pass catcher and send him to a contending team to help them out? So everyone who thinks they're going to trade A.J. Brown to the Bills is tripping, in my opinion.
Yeah, they are tripping. Why would you give up? At his best, he is a top 3 receiver in the league. From a talent perspective,
sure.
I mean, he's in. And I don't know about top 3, but he's. You can call him an elite for his position. Everything that he does, we just could not scheme him open at all last year. And anyone who says he's getting traded is really, they're out of their minds, man. Sirianni and this guy, they're best friends. As much as the media points them out on the sidelines, arguing Brown's competitive, Sirianni's competitive. They both want to win, and we weren't able to do that, so it was just frustrating for both of them.
Yeah. Dude, Nick, we got some people trying to call in. You were electric. Have you called in before? Was this your first time?
This is my first time. I just saw your guys live and wanted to call in.
Dude, you are one of the better callers that we've ever had. It seems like you got your head on your shoulders. You know Philly ball. If anything is ever popping in Eagles world or Phillies or Sixers world, please. We're live Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Man, I'm gonna call in more often. All right.
Would absolutely love it, Nick. Thank you so much, bro. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right, have a good one.
All right, peace. My guy Nick from Philly brings it up. AJ Brown's not moving, dude. What up, Joey? How you doing, dog? JD, I'm on it with you. JD wants to talk about World Baseball Classic. It's such an electric... It's electric every year. They care so much. And he's saying he wishes USA cared more. I don't think it's USA. I think it's Tyreek Skubal. I think it's more Skubal. If I'm a Tigers fan, I'm stoked he's not really pitching that much. Because let me just tell you this right now. This game's not going to get one on the pitcher's mound. This game's getting one with long bombs away. That's why I think we're going to just nuke Japan again. What is up, brother? You are live. I know your name, but let the people know who you are and where you're calling from, dog.
Bryson, Memphis, Tennessee.
Bryson from the SIP, my guy. NFL free agency has begun. It feels like Christmas. It feels like NFL has started today.
Yeah.
Why you say it like that?
I lost my running back.
No way. Talk to me about it.
I'm a diehard Jacksonville Jaguar fan, been a fan since, before I can remember. Watched Blake Bortles play. Then I watched, Trevor Lawrence in college, and I watched Travis Etienne in college. Seeing both of them play in Clemson and come to the NFL and play on the same team was kind of, kind of poetic,
Yeah.
But then, cap space hit. We can't sign all everybody, and you had to let Travis Etienne go. Now, where's he going to sign? I don't know. Am I going to watch his career wherever he signs? Yes. If he goes to a division rival, I'll have to hate him respectfully. Just saying.
Well, he went to the Saints. So the Saints are a pretty fun team to root for. New Orleans is a great place to be. It's kind of similar to Jacksonville in like vibe and energy a little bit. But yeah, the Jags have lost their guy, and I haven't seen them really make a move yet that impresses me this offseason.
I was hoping we got Kenneth Walker. But, Chiefs going to do Chiefs things, and, I'm not mad. I don't hate the Chiefs.
Sure.
But I don't specifically like the Chiefs. But I think that with Kenneth Walker coming in, I think it will be it'll be a little, I don't know. They're obviously going to be better than last year when Patrick Mahomes is clear to return week 1. All I know is that we re-signed Monteric Brown, Dennis Gardick, Quentin Morris, and a couple other people. And Matt Dickerson, our defensive tackle. I was hoping that we could hopefully we can get some more players in free agency. Like hopefully we can re-sign Devin Lloyd or Dewane Smoot, because I do like Dewane. But I do really like Devin Lloyd. Devin Lloyd was one of our centerpieces on Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And I just feel like now that he's gone, defense isn't going to be the same. Granted, we still have, I think, Force Locone is still there. I hope he is, because that's like my favorite player on Jacksonville. But yeah, I'm just really upset to see Travis Etienne go to the Saints. And I love the Saints. Don't get me wrong. But,
sure.
It's not going to be the same seeing him thrown up in Saints uniforms and not Jacksonville.
I'm with you, dog. Tyrese Maxey Burner followed the live creator. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Bryson, yeah, it's interesting. The Jags aren't really making many moves, but I don't think the Jags need to make moves. Realistically, I think this team is pretty set. I think they've got a good squad. Listen, if they run it back last year and Trevor Lawrence doesn't throw that pick against the Bills, we might be looking at Jacksonville as the team that would have represented the AFC in the Super Bowl, given the way things turned out. So I don't think they're losing a whole lot. Plus, I think they like their backup running back. Was it Bigsby?
I think it is Bigsby.
Or did he go to the Eagles? I forget who it is, but I know their backup got a lot of run last year.
Yeah, I think honestly, it'll come to me in a little bit, but I'll look you for Brayshaw Tootin.
There you are.
That's who it is, Brayshaw Tootin.
Yeah, bro. Big moves happening. Obviously, in the division, you have the Colts making their moves. The Bucks seem to have improved a bit in that division. That's the NFC. Never mind. It seems like it's the Jags or the Colts division to lose, in my opinion.
Honestly, you saw Texas in there, and I'll agree with you.
True. I completely
Texans
got
are-
lost on the Texans. My mind was elsewhere.
You know-
My mind was on lemon cake.
You know, as a Jacksonville fan, I gotta give respect where respect is due. As much as I hate to respect a division rival,
Mm-hmm.
Texans got a good squad. You know, they got a great defense with Daniil Hunter, Will Anderson, all of them.
Yep.
And obviously, you know, Will Anderson still has a year left on his contract, so he's probably not going to go nowhere regardless. You know, to all the Texans fans out there, respectfully, I don't like talking to y'all. I don't like y'all in general, but I do gotta say, y'all's team is really good overall. I feel like if C.J. Stroud can, you know, play better at quarterback, then, you know, I feel like y'all will be, if not the best team, one of the best in the league, especially with that defense.
Especially with that defense. Maybe if they had a guy like Travis, they'd be better. Brother, Bryson, thank you so much for calling to the show, dog. I got a lot of callers lining up right now, so we're going to keep it rolling. But, brother, we'll see you in the chat, okay?
Yep.
All right, talk to you soon. Peace. Oops, accidentally hung up. My guy, Bryson. Matthew A., what else do you think the Commanders are going to do? The Commanders have for me, like, surprisingly, when I was looking at the NFL last year, the Commanders were one of the teams where we're like, oh, dude, they made some moves to go all in. Like, this is looking like a Super Bowl team. Obviously, all the injuries hit. Shout out to Lil C. All the injuries hit, and they were not where we expected them to be, especially losing JD5 for as much as they did. Maddie, this team is now, like, kind of on the older side, bro. Kind of on the older side. I think they run it this year, and I think they go in with who they've got, and this is the squad that they have. Odafe Owe, I think, was a huge overpay. Not going to lie. I think Owe was a huge overpay, and I'll get to that in just a second. But ultimately, I think the Commanders can just try to run it with what they got and see how far they can get. I don't actually think it's Scooble's decision. It's his agents and the Tigers' decision. That would be. That absolutely would be. But, you know, Team USA, it's a squad. We got Paul Skeens, right? We still got Bats. I think we'll be good. But, yeah, it is kind of weird. Sign more defense and maybe signing a new starting running back and draft a younger wide receiver. Bryson, that is a better answer than I had. My answer was like, I don't know, running back. I do think Owe was an overpay, though. As someone who watched Odafe Owe a lot last year, being a Chargers fan that I am, listen, he's really good at football. He's really, really good at football. Ugh, $25 million a year is a lot. I know it's kind of deferred, but it's still quite a bit of money. We're getting a call right now. What is up, brother? Please, you've called into the show before. Long-time caller. Let the people know your name and where you're calling from.
My name is JD, and I'm calling from Dallas.
JD from Dallas. JD Walker in the chat. Loud and proud in the TikTok chat. My guy, Dallas Cowboys fan. How you feeling today?
Not bad. I just thought Jerry would actually spend more money, but he's not. Even though he said he was going to.
I mean, you did trade for Rashawn Gary, which is nice. And then the only other move you made was Jalen Thompson, safety from Arizona, who is a nice player, who's a good player. Doesn't move the needle so much, but still, it's someone.
Yeah. I just wish we had more secondary help than what we're getting.
Yeah, when I see guys like, Kobe Bryant go and Cordell Flott and Alontae Taylor, like, these are all serviceable, really solid cornerbacks that could have really helped Dallas this year, and they're not there. They're going elsewhere. They're going to other teams. I don't know if it's a Jerry Jones thing. I don't know if it's an overall organizational thing, but it seems like players are slightly avoiding the Cowboys this free agency as it's opened up.
It's probably a Jerry Jones thing because when contracts come around, Jerry Jones doesn't pay them.
Yeah, it's true. And even franchising George Pickens is a big factor in there as well. Do you think there's any trepidation about George Pickens potentially sitting out a little bit in the beginning of the offseason?
I don't know, because in the report he said he's happy that he's staying. So I don't know.
Yeah, I see him being, happy with the money that he was given. He was given a ton of money. But we have Taylor jumping in here saying there's a ton of good rookie secondary players in the rookie class, and you've got a pick at 12. I think that pick is really important this year for the Dallas Cowboys if they want to make a run in the playoffs.
I want to trade up and get Caleb Downs, but that's just me.
You know who's a team that could potentially do that is the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs could potentially be that team.
I just don't know what we're going to do. It's Jerry Jones. He's probably going to draft offense like an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing is like your offense was so good last year, and that's the only reason the Cowboys were relevant. What up, Music Lights? The only reason you guys were really relevant in that division and in that conference. It makes sense to me that he would want to keep that going. Given the fact you guys don't have any cap space at all, it's kind of hard for you guys to re-sign guys. I think it has to get done in the draft.
Yeah, that's our only problem. And I think our kicker is about to leave us too. So
I mean, the kid wants $10 million to kick footballs. Get out of here. Let him leave.
Yeah, but when we cross the 50, we're in field goal range. So, I mean, we need him.
Yeah, but then when you cross the 40, it's like it's a difference of 10 yards. You know what I mean? If you cross the 40, you're in field goal range with any other kicker, pretty much. So it's like 10 yards or $10 million. Like, and every other guy is going to cost you like 3 or 4. So I understand wanting Aubrey and keeping me around, but you cannot pay your kicker $10 million. That's just crazy in a salary cap sport.
That is true.
It's a lot.
I don't know. I just hope this is off topic, but I hope the Thunder win tonight against the Nuggets.
It's a huge game in the NBA, one of the biggest we've had all year. So far, the season series has been good. I believe that both teams have wins. This one is in Denver. It's going to be a crazy good game, dude. We got some great NBA this week.
It's in Denver? I thought it was in OKC.
Nope, it's in OKC. I completely lied. It's on NBC. That's what I meant.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. It looks like everyone is playing. And finally, after a long time, Aaron Gordon is finally playing for the Denver Nuggets. I think they're going to look darn good with Aaron Gordon out there.
I think we're going to lose because we don't have Chet or Isaiah Hartenstein playing today.
Yeah, Chet's out, Hartenstein's out, Caruso is out, and J-Dub obviously still out. Apparently, all of them are going to be coming back on Wednesday, which is a game against...
I hope.
So they're coming back Wednesday, Thursday the 12th to play Boston at home. That will be... Dude, what a comeback from Jason Tatum, huh?
Yeah, I bet on him that game. It worked out in my favor.
Absolutely love it, dude. Absolutely love it. JD, you are the absolute man. Anything you wanted to say to the people on the way out?
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. JD, number one gift giver in the live on TikTok. You were the absolute man, bro. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. See you.
Peace. Taylor, what up? Taylor's right. Yeah, best offense in the league. You don't need a kicker like that if you have the best offense in the league, in my opinion. Sure, it's nice to have one. Everyone would like a kicker that can do that. But Brandon Aubrey, for me, is a weapon on a team that he's a better weapon on a team that isn't going to score many touchdowns. The Dallas Cowboys are getting in the end zone, dude. And for the people saying the reason they have the best offense is because they kick from anybody, I know it's not true. The reason they had the best offense in the league last year is because of how good Dak Prescott was. And George Pickens being a freak. But George Pickens all going to be a freak. George Pickens all going to be a freak. Yeah, it's a big game in the NBA, Denver and OKC, but the biggest game of all will be that Thursday game against the Celtics. I know we're off topic, and I know we're talking MLB, and you're like, brother, or we're talking NFL, and I'm like, brother, why are you talking about the NBA? Because I love ball. I love ball all day, every day. SGA ties Wilt's record if he gets 20 tonight. Yeah, that's like consecutive games with 20 plus. Yeah, it's going to happen. Tonight, you're talking, dude, we got this game in like 45 minutes. The biggest game for me of the season probably will be that Thunder and Celtics matchup on Thursday on the 12th because, dude, I'm not going to lie. The Celtics are now the favorite to win the East, right? Celtics Thunder is probably the most likely matchup we're going to get in the finals. We get to see a preview of it on Thursday. Jason Tatum coming back to this team that was already probably the best team in the East. I know Detroit, listen, we could talk about Detroit being good. They got exposed by a Cavs team without Donovan Mitchell. All right? They got exposed. They lost to Miami. I know it was a tough back-to-back, right? I have the wherewithal to understand emotionally, physically, mentally where that team was and how, I could see you losing to a team like Miami on the road. Makes sense. But ultimately, I think Detroit's been exposed as a team with a singular scorer on it in Cade Cunningham and no one else really to carry the brunt of the offense. Don't talk to me about Tobias Harris. Don't do it. You're like, well, Jalen Duren's really good. Yeah, no, he is. He is very good when Cade Cunningham dishes him the ball. The reason he's good is because of how much gravity Cade has on the floor. They don't have a second option. When you play a good defensive team like they have in the East, like the Knicks proven they could be, or the Celtics proven they are. When you have good defensive teams that are able to knock down Cade Cunningham and neutralize that threat, you don't have an offense anymore in Detroit. I don't think anyone in the East is scared of Detroit. I know the defense is so good, but yada, yada, yada. Cool. I do not see Detroit being a true threat in the East. What I do see being a true threat are the Celtics with Jason Tatum. If the Celtics do the thing and go to the finals, the Tatum comeback story will be one of the greatest comeback stories we've seen in all of sports. It couldn't happen to a worse bunch of losers. I hate Celtics fans. That green looks horrible on all of you. None of you look good in that shade of green. None of you look good in any shade of anything. The whole population of Massachusetts and New England on the male side, listen, women, beautiful wherever you go. Love women, shout out to you guys. The men in Boston in the New England area, get out of here. Bro, they fell off the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. Shout out to my dad for that joke. That shade of green looks horrible on you. The way you say Celtics, the way you say Tatum, you're a deplorable fan base. All Boston sports, this is encompassing slop of bad, of just nasty. We don't want to have you around us at dinner. Like when you're having dinner with a group of friends and you're like, hey, can my buddy Billy come over? You're like, absolutely. Billy can come through. Who's Billy? Oh, he's my friend. We went to school together. He's from Boston. He's a big Celtics guy. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, but he's suffering. No. All Celtics fans are Patriot fans. All Patriot fans are horrible people. It's an all-encompassing just cesspool of awfulness over there that's happening in New England. So happy for Tatum and for the Celtics as an organization, for Joe Mazzulla, for that coach, for that team, for that group of 15 dudes that are out there busting their butts every single night to try to be as good as they are and succeeding in it. So frustrated for Celtics fans. You don't deserve this. You're bad people. I'm going at him. Thankfully, the Thunder can risk an L tonight. Yeah, they can. But it'd be nice to see them actually compete for it. You know what I mean? It'd be nice to see them actually go for it. Like this. Go, 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 go. Had so good she honorable. What is that song called? Oh, 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 oh. Gustavo, are my Raiders back? Dog, it kind of feels like the Raiders just might be back. Hey, Max. You know who else is back is the Saints. But yeah, you're right. Gustavo, we can talk about the Raiders for sure. The sentence that left my mouth this morning of like, wow, the Raiders are making really good moves. I was like this, wait, huh? Wait, who? Wait, the Raiders? Obviously, it starts with Linderbaum at the top. But Eric Stokes was a great signing for that team as well defensively. You got to like what they did with Nakobe Dean. Jalen Naylor is a good pass catcher. You know what? And you know what this is all setting up for? This is all setting up for Fernando Mendoza to be handed the keys to a kingdom that isn't as bad as people were thinking. What they've done this offseason, what they've done, David Edwards to the Saints. What this Raiders organization has done is make this a slightly more attractive situation for a quarterback like Fernando Mendoza. Not saying he has a choice, but ultimately, this team had holes, brother. They also are getting a second first-round pick this season and another first-round pick for next season with the whole Max Crosby deal. That sets the Raiders up really, really nicely. I'm looking at all the moves this Raiders team has made, and I've been thinking to myself, dude, this is all great. Great stuff from this organization that has done nothing but terrible my entire life. However, it all comes down to how good Fernando Mendoza is. It all comes down to how good Fernando Mendoza is. If you believe in him, bro, let's go. That's awesome. Happy for you. If you do not believe in Fernando Mendoza as a talent in this league, if you think, yeah, maybe his ceiling is Andy Dalton. Bro, you know who his ceiling looks like to me? Is Derek Carr. That's funny. Derek Carr was a much different player, though, but you can see what I'm talking about. Ultimately, this whole thing is set up for Fernando Mendoza to come in and play good football. It's not a good situation. It's not a good team. It's a better team than it was, though. This morning, we woke up and the team was a much better. I want to compare him to Kirk Cousins. That's good. Fred, thank you for liking the live, dude. That really, really, really means a lot. ST was right. Bourne just signed with Arizona, confirmed. We have NFL insider Steven Tanner on our show every single day this week to celebrate the NFL free agency. He reported on this show earlier that Kendrick Bourne, is that who you're talking about, ST? Yeah, Kendrick Bourne was going to reach a deal with Arizona, and he did just come through on that. Kendrick Bourne has reached a 2-year deal worth $11.47 million with Arizona, leaving behind the 49ers. Reed Blankenship is signing a deal with the Houston Texans. 3 years, $25 million deal. First pitch in 1 hour, I'm hyped. Yes, sir. I'm also going to be flipping right now on League Pass to the Philly game. Philly and Cleveland, I believe. My Eagles pick up anybody yet? Fred, Reed Blankenship just left to the Texans. Wow. Reed Blankenship, obviously a captain of that team. Very, very good player. That's a tough loss, I think, for the Eagles. Here we go. Here's some more breaking news. Isaiah Sumolo is going to the Cardinals from the Steelers on a 3-year, $31 million deal. Very, very solid interior lineman right now for Arizona to protect whoever quarterback they're going to get there. A lot of people are talking about Jimmy G. ST, our NFL insider, was talking to a lot of people, and he came through with the name Jimmy G as one potentially being emerging from the Arizona Cardinals camp. He has some good ties there, so when he says it, we listen. When he says jump, I say how high. That's how I feel about ST, Steven Tanner. Bro, the Texans need to change their quarterback to CJ. Yeah. Fred, I know. JD out here thinking the Texans need to change CJ Stroud's name to CJ Interception Stroud. Yeah, he didn't have a bad game. I have a new rule. We're going to just be nice to CJ Stroud. This show's going to be really nice to CJ Stroud moving forward. CJ, we think you can do it. Think you can get it done. Nobody watching on TikTok. Few people are. Nobody watching on Twitch. Few people are. Veteran D lineman Roy Lopez is signing with the Cardinals on a 2-year, $11.5 million deal worth $7 million guaranteed. Tom Palacero reporting, along with Rap Sheet. I just meant they need to move on from him. I understand the sentiment, and I understand wanting to move on from CJ Stroud if you're a Texans fan, or if you're not a Texans fan, if you're just a knower of ball and think that it should be the end of that whole era. My question with all of these teams, like they should get rid of their quarterback, is who should they get? I don't know who is an option there for them to get. Here's the Reed Blankenship one. It's a 3-year deal for $25 million. This is an awesome deal for the Texans, dude. It's a great deal for the Texans to throw in a safety like Reed Blankenship on that squad. Huh. Obviously for Reed himself, congrats, brother. Get a bag. And he's going to a Texans team that, I don't know, some might be out here saying that the Texans have a better chance to win the Super Bowl than the Eagles. I didn't say it, but some are. Somewhere out here, I burped. Maybe we need to get ready to sign Jalen Carter long term. Yeah, I think you guys should have also signed Jalen Phillips long term. That was a player that was a true difference maker for your team this year, and he signed with Carolina. Carolina, don't sleep on him. More news from Adam Schefter. This is the Kendrick Bourne deal. It's worth about $11.5 million. Going from the 49ers to Arizona. That's Kendrick Bourne. Rodney called K9 to KC. Rodney, I believe you. I absolutely believe you. Waiting for Devin Lloyd to Denver, said Jackson. That would be cool. JD said Atlanta really picked up Tua. They did. They did pick up Tua, and Tua didn't pick them back up. The funny thing is, with Michael Penix Jr. being hurt for that team and being hurt so often as he is, with the injuries to Michael Penix Jr., you know what? Tua Tagovailoa is going to start some games over there in Atlanta. And that's a good team. That's a very, very, very good team. I love Stefanski being in there. Listen, I'm not saying I believe this with all my heart. The Falcons are a dark horse team, though, to win the Super Bowl. Do not sleep on the Falcons winning the Super Bowl. Or sleep on it. I don't care. Left tackle Braxton Jones is going back to the Bears on a one-year deal worth up to $10 million. A nice little, Braxton Jones, I don't know if he's going to be the starter there. He was solid. He's a good player, but he'll probably start. Braxton Jones will probably start for the Bears. It seems just like a deal that you do just to make sure you have someone there. The Saints looking pretty good right now, said Jimmy. They getting a top-tier wide receiver in the draft. Is that where you, JMY, if you want to call into the show, the number's right here in the middle of the screen. It's 213-352-5216. Vava is allowed to. Rodney is allowed to. Fred is allowed to. Jackson's allowed to. JD is already called in. If you guys want to call in and talk ball, I take the conversation where you want it to go. So if you want to talk about the Saints, absolutely down to talk about them, Jimmy. If you need someone to talk a little bit of ball with, I'm your guy. I'm your host, Zeke Vini. The Cardinals have announced a one-year deal with D lineman L.J. Collier, punter Blake Gillikin, and kicker Chad Ryland. The Cardinals are just re-signing some dudes. You know what? It seems like the Cardinals are trying to play some football this year. See, what up, Oreo? It seems to me like the Arizona Cardinals are trying to go out here and play some football. They've made moves. Tyler Algier is a move. Really, the biggest move the Cardinals made is trying to get rid of Kyler Murray. The idea of where does he go is a huge question that everybody be asking. Does it get annoying with having no late night games since you're in the Pacific time zone? I mean, NBA games end at 9. And then I work so hard, bro. I'm in bed by 9, 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm usually going to bed at 10:30. My average day, bro, for show days, I do about 3 hours of prep before the show, and I've got some life stuff to take care of before shows as well on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So JD, I'm usually in my chair from 10 a.m. till the show ends at 6, and then I go for a 3.5 mile run, or I go to the gym and lift, and then I come back and edit for another 2.5 hours. So it's 10-hour days when I'm doing the show. So once the show's over and I'm done editing, I'm in bed, I'm posting, and I'm going to bed. Tuesdays, Thursdays, I work, and Saturdays, I work as an editor for a Christian company called Global Christian Relief. So I work 8-hour days all 3 of those days. And then on Sundays, I volunteer at my church in the children's ministry department. I'm there from 7 to 2. So another 8-hour day basically on church. And church is about an hour away. So it's 2 hours of driving and 7 hours of being there. So, dog, I mean, I used to hate that games ended so early. Because when I lived in Boston, bro, Angel games were going on till 1 a.m. It was awesome because I was up that late. But now that I'm not up that late, I'm so stoked I live over here. Also, I look the way I look. I can actually get a tan. I make sure to go out and catch some sun and tan a little bit every single day. And you just can't do that on the East Coast. The Browns have agreed to terms with linebacker. Oh my gosh, Quincy Williams. I don't know why I did that. Quincy Williams. They've quickly found a replacement for Devin Bush. Yeah, Devin Bush was another one of those big names. Devin Bush was a huge name going to the Bears. The Bears have quietly had one of the best offseasons so far. Titans and ex-Giants center Austin Schlottman agree to a 2-year deal. The Titans continue to poach the Giants. This is mind-blowing to me, Paprika. I didn't need to do that. It's mind-blowing to me that so many players are leaving the Giants to go play for Brian Daboll in the Titans. Usually when a coach gets fired, most of the players are like, oh, finally. Oh, he's gone. Or maybe personally, they're like, loved the guy. He was a great man, but wasn't very good coach. Isn't it like the most obvious thing in the world that these Giants players thought Brian Daboll was a good coach? They're following him all the way to Tennessee. There's a lot of pluses to leaving New York for Tennessee as well, dude. Nashville's a great place to live. And you don't have nearly the income tax. You don't have nearly the taxes in general, the cost of living as you do in New York City. It's an incredible place for these guys to live. And they're following Brian Daboll. That's the most surprising part. You as a Giants organization said, let's get serious. Let's bring in John Harbaugh, a Super Bowl winning coach, an older coach with a ton of experience that's going to turn this team into a Super Bowl caliber team. That's what you did with New York. You drafted well, and you brought in a veteran head coach who's going to take you to that upper echelon of NFL teams. So you fired the guy that you had, sent him to be an offensive coordinator in Tennessee. And now a lot of the players on your squad are going to follow that guy because they saw what you're building in New York and said, oh, that's not for me. I don't want that. I don't want that coach. I don't want that system. I don't want these colors anymore. I don't want this city on my chest. If I were to guess, I would have guessed that nobody leave New York to go play for the Titans. I guess I'm dead wrong. I guess those players really like Brian Daboll. It makes me now think that, post-firing Daboll, the team kind of crumbled. I know they weren't good when he was there. He didn't have a good roster, though. He also had guys getting hurt left and right. He kind of got the short end of the stick. JD, I do. USC Trojans, right over here. You can see it on Twitch. And Ole Miss. My little brother goes to Ole Miss. There's already an issue in the Cavs and Sixers game. VJ Edgecombe is out, Joel Embiid is out, and Tyrese Maxey is out. What are we even doing? What are we even doing? What are we actually doing? Here I am being an idiot. Here I am. What an idiot loser. Oh, I got excited for this game against the Sixers and the Cavs. Dude, two teams, playoff teams, could potentially meet in the first or second round. Whoa, we got a playoff matchup on my screen tonight? Cleveland. Having Donovan Mitchell back with James Harden. A team that had some impressive wins against Detroit and an impressive loss against Detroit. A team that I have ranked very, very high in the East. A team I'm excited to see play together. And I have a team in Philly that I've said has the best two in the whole East. I'll put those two above any other two. Now with Tatum back, Tatum's not even 100% though. And don't talk to me about the Celtics because Tatum's not even quite there yet. When he's there, I'll still take Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid over Tatum and Brown. It's a whole different conversation though. Oh, VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid are not playing tonight. So I don't get to see what you look like. I was sitting here excited and sitting around all day waiting for this basketball game, thinking I was going to see a preview of two playoff teams going at it in the regular season as we're in the home stretch where these games really, really matter. Where these games really, really matter. And I thought I was going to be able to see a playoff matchup, a head-to-head, and say, wow, you know what? I'm excited for this future series. I don't get to see anything because Philly's not playing their players. Why? Why? Injury is not a good enough reason. Being hurt is not a good enough reason for me. Because every other player in every other sport plays through it. These games do matter. Or at least they matter to me. I'm just tired of being the idiot that thinks the NBA game regulars. I'm just tired of being the idiot that thinks these NBA regular season games actually matter. They matter to me. They matter to the fans. They matter to the people that like don't have a lot going for them and they want to get home from their job that they hate to their house that is empty and they want to turn on League Pass and watch some basketball. And instead that guy's turning on their TV and saying, "Oh, wow. Philly is playing nobody. Kelly Oubre is the best player they have on the court right now." That sucks for us. Sorry that I care. I guess I'll stop. Makes me so mad. And I'm usually the guy that's like, dude, if you hate the NBA, like maybe you just don't like basketball. And they're like, well, no, I like college hoops. And the NBA rocks, dude. The NBA rules. Professional basketball is awesome. Professional basketball is so great. But I'm a defender of the NBA. I defend the NBA every single day when people tell me the NBA sucks and the product isn't good. The product's great. The storyline's awesome. The competition, fun. There's parity in the league. There's superstars all over the place. I'm usually someone who sits and defends the NBA and then they pull something like this on me. And now I'm sitting here flabbergasted that I could be so naive to believe in an organization to put their best product forward. Pfft, crazy. What a thought. You know, MLB isn't even doing anything for the World Baseball Classic, yet baseball looks so good right now. Baseball looks so good right now. Do you want to know why it looks so good right now? Not because Ohtani's hitting home runs. Not because Paul Skeens is out there. Baseball looks so good right now because the players on the field look like they really, really care about what they're doing. That's why baseball looks good. The reason that the World Baseball Classic and these games are so fun is because I can see with my own two eyes like, oh, dude, these guys care about this. These guys really, really care about this sport. They care about this competition. They care about the name on the front. They care about lifting that trophy. They care, I care. How come in the NBA, I'm the only one who cares? Victor Wembanyama is crying after regular season games. He cares. Pat Beverly cried after winning the play-in and you guys mocked him. He cares. That is some of the reason why I like college basketball over the NBA, because every game counts in college. Blake, do I think Evans was a good trade for the Niners? Yeah, sure. Evans has been a little bit banged up the past couple of years, but yeah, the Niners got better. Because Ayuk ain't playing. I guess I'm the fool here. I guess I'm the fool. Maybe I should just stop caring about the NBA. If they don't care, I don't care. Pisses me off, man. Oh, man, I'm just trying to watch some ball. You're the only sport today. Such a lie. There's literally baseball is going on, NFL free agency, and like NHL playoffs is coming to a head right now. So that was the worst take ever. But will the Cowboys make another move? Said Joey. No, Blake, I can predict anything. Consulting the computer. Computer, show me the probability of the Cowboys making another move. The Cowboys will make another move. There you go. Blake, you were wrong. Love you. I would like USC, but Lincoln Riley is a traitor and ruined Oklahoma football for like 2 years. JD, are you an Oklahoma? Oh, yeah, you are an Oklahoma guy. I remember now. You're from Dallas, but you're an Oklahoma guy. You're one of those crazy anomalies. You're like a hot chick with a good personality. All right. You're like a hot chick that likes me back. Okay, that just got sad. How come all the hot chicks don't like me back? You know what I mean? Dude, there's plenty. This is a horrible thing to say. Nah, I'm not going to say it. Love women, respect all women. Shout out to the ladies who watch this show. Shout out to the ladies who don't. After Quincy Williams, we got safety Dane Belton signing a deal with the Jets. It's a 1-year deal that can be worth up to $6 million. Is a standout special teams guy? Cool. The Jets signed a special teamer. Sweet for the Jets. The Jets have made a lot of moves. The Jets have had a pretty solid offseason. But do you think they're going to win anything? Absolutely not. Why would you? If you think the Jets are going to win anything, you're stupid. The New York Jets. The funny part is Cleveland still like puts up the diff. It's the dumbest thing in sports. The diff. The best is when they're losing. It's like -5. The diff, -5. It was cool for a year. Like, that was a cool thing. Remember when Light the Beam was really cool in Sacramento and we stopped doing that because we're like, oh, this isn't cool anymore? Knock, knock. Cleveland. The diff isn't cool anymore. It's stupid. It's gimmicky. Everyone has the same dumb FanDuel TV lower third, but yours just has the little like box above your name. It says the diff. Change. Nobody cares. You know what it does is people watch the game and they're like, what's the diff? And then now I look like an idiot. Now it makes me look like a fool. The diff is stupid. It's a gimmick. It's dumb. In arena, I'm supposed to like really care about it. I will say though, the Cleveland Cavaliers in arena, bro. What do they say? Oh, it's heading into the fourth quarter. It's like, it's crazy. The visuals on the screen are nuts. There's like black goop dropping all over the logo and stuff like that. What is it? What do they say? It's like get loud for the fourth quarter or something. I don't know. It's awesome, but the diff is stupid. It was cool when they were dominating teams and the diff was like +20. Remember that when they won like 15 games in a row by 20 points? We're like, that's sick. But when they're like barely squeaking out a win, I'm like, I don't care. You expect Rocket Arena to get up for the diff? Whoa, look! I mean, I've been to Cleveland. Some people would get up for that. Brevsky, I don't know what you're talking about. Ravens ceiling is 7-10. Floor is 3-14. Brevsky, OMG. Brother, that is a hot take if I ever heard one. If you have the time and the effort and the energy and the balls and the gusto and the goop and the got and the Florence Pughs and the Charlie... Never mind. You can call into the show, dog. Brevsky, that'd be awesome. 213-352-5216. That is the phone number if you want to call into the show, if you want to be on Take Back with Zach. I have a situation brewing on my hands right now that I have not been able to disclose throughout the show because it's incredibly personal, but if you guys would like to hear it, say, I want to hear. And if you don't say anything. If you want to hear about my personal life. The Jets are one of the most interesting teams going on? The Jets offseason so far. They've signed Minka Fitzpatrick. I can't talk. No, JD Walker, I do not have to drop corn. Corn has been dropped. Max wants to hear. I put one of those plastic things on the floor underneath my seat because I'm on carpet. But and now I can roll, but now I'm rolling too much. So I've been having to keep my legs really still so I don't roll away from the desk. That's it. That was way more boring than I thought it would be. In my head, you guys are going to be like this. Oh! Maybe one day. Maybe one day. May I call in? I'm having a problem. Maud Agnes. Absolutely. You can call in. I am great at fixing people's problems. I'm really good at avoiding mine and then fixing others. The Jets offseason, though, so far, they made the trade for Minka Fitzpatrick, which, I don't know. Minka's definitely older, but, you know, he does his thing. They got Joseph Osai, who's a great edge rusher, in my opinion. I think he's going to be solid for that team. Solid replacement type for Quinnen. Kingsley Enagbare. DeMario Davis to the Jets on a 2-year deal, which is crazy because he's 700 years old. And then they got David Onyemata, D-tackle from Atlanta, who had a solid year last year. The Jets have made moves. The Jets have made moves, and they've brought people in. Ultimately, though, you know what I always say? The Jets is the Jets is the Jets. Can't really do anything different. The Jets is the Jets. What is up? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Philadelphia, Yasmin.
Oh, man. This is Yasmin from Philadelphia?
Let me say this. Fuck Phillips for betraying us.
Oh, whoa. Who did you say?
He was traded to Arizona. Why Arizona? Why the worst team at the moment? Why?
Yeah, Arizona's a nasty state, too. What are your...
Yes.
Do you have like...
My hot take is Jalen Carter is not going anywhere.
Oh, interesting. You think he's going to stay put?
Come on. Carter even said himself he doesn't want to leave, right?
Yeah. Do you wish that you...
And now Goddard is free agent. Where do you think he's going?
Interesting question. Probably a team that needs tight end. Maybe a team like the Chargers needs a tight end?
49ers.
Oh. Do you think everyone's just going to the 49ers?
No, I'm talking about the Raiders. The Raiders don't need him. Have you seen how he trades? The Raiders have gotten
The Raiders have made a lot of moves.
But do you know who does need him? The Giants.
Wow.
Come on, the Giants. Wilson being horrible. What's his face? Dart being horrible. Or the Lions. Maybe he goes to the Lions or the Packers. Where do you think he's going, in your honest opinion?
Probably the Packers, in my honest opinion.
Come on, but like, as an Eagles fan, I'm going to be really upset if he is going to the Packers. Because have you seen how horrible their defense is?
Yeah, Maud, can we pump the brakes real quick? Your thoughts on Rodrigo Blankenship just signed a deal elsewhere. He's no longer going to be an Eagle. Does that hurt you?
Where is he going?
I just had it pulled up, and I just forgot it. He's going to... Wait, sorry. I just had it, Maud. I'm so sorry. Rodrigo Blankenship is going to the Houston Texans. How does that make you feel as an Eagles fan?
He shouldn't be around Stroud. I'm sorry. He shouldn't be around Stroud because Stroud will be a bad influence on him. Agreed?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to think about. Him and Stroud are now together.
Come on. Knowing how Stroud did in the playoffs, I wouldn't want to be around him. If I was Blankenship, I would go to Seattle or Detroit or, I don't know, Dallas, because Dallas needs better.
Yeah, why not Dallas? Maud, I have a question for you. I know we're talking about the Eagles. Do you live in Philadelphia?
I'm outside it. So I'm
outside it.
When I hear Phillips got traded, when I heard what's his name got traded to the Raiders, I was like, huh? Raiders?
Yeah.
You know how horrible they are at the moment?
Yeah, they're getting better. Maud, did you go to school in the Philadelphia area? Yeah. Rarely do you get a treasure like Maud to call into a sports radio show like this. Maud, I'm letting you know right now, you have free reign to call back on this show whenever you want. We love your energy. We love your everything. Dark, or DX, what up, dude? Good to see you, bro. First time chatter. Welcome to the show. Dre Greenlaw has been released by the Broncos. I know, I saw that. It's a tough career, man. Dre Greenlaw was one of those dudes that was like a heart and soul type player for that San Francisco 49ers team. Tore his Achilles running into the game at halftime of the Super Bowl, the one against the Chiefs that went to OT. Missed a whole season and then signed with the Broncos and got hurt late in the season against the Broncos as well. Tough one, dude. It's a tough one. But I think ultimately for the Broncos, if you're able to save money on that contract, you kind of let that guy go. Got health issues. Don't want to deal with that if I'm a Broncos fan, but I'm not. I'm a Chargers fan. Go Bolts. What is up? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. Please mute the stream in the background. Keep it clean and let the people know your name and where you're calling from.
It's me. It's Marcus from Orlando.
Marcus from Orlando, my guy, longtime listener. He's called into the show a bunch of times before. Marcus, how you doing? How's Orlando treating you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. How are you?
Dude, I'm balling out. I'm just loving right now NFL free agency. It's been a good time.
Oh, I'm loving it.
Yeah, what are you loving about it? Who's your team again?
Jags.
You lost ETN, though.
Fine. Buster Brown.
Yeah, dude. How do you feel about losing Travis Etienne?
Tootin's pretty good. And we can probably get Rashad White. Has he signed anywhere?
Rashad White would be interesting, but yeah. I mean, Tootin got a lot of run last year. People were even talking about Tootin getting more snaps at the beginning of the season than Travis Etienne. That obviously did not happen, but People were talking about. I think Liam Cohen is going to make anyone in that offense go off.
Oh yeah, even Trevor.
Yeah, even Trevor. I was talking to my buddy about this weekend. I think the Jags, if they beat the Bills in that game, which they probably should have, they probably would have gone to the Super Bowl, in my opinion. I don't think the Jags were very far off.
Who would we have faced if we beat them?
Yeah. Absolutely, dude. Are you a Magic fan or just
No, I don't really watch basketball that much.
No, but you're a big football guy. I haven't seen anything else come through on the Jaguars aside from the ETN deal. Anything else that you've seen from the Jags?
We re-signed Monteric Brown and a couple other depth guys.
Mm-hmm. Is Devin Lloyd sticking around?
No.
You don't think so? He's too expensive. I feel like he's a really important guy for you guys to take or keep.
We restructured some contracts, but we don't have enough cap.
Yeah, and the fact that Nakobe Dean just went for like $15 million a year, it does seem like he's going to be going for a pretty high number. I mean, him and Quay Walker were between the $15 and the $18 million mark, so it does seem like Devin Lloyd is going to be going for a huge, huge contract. And I don't know who is going to be able to really sign that.
Did Quay Walker get signed?
Quay Walker did get signed. That was picked up by, was it the Jets or the Raiders? Let me see. I've been trying to like write all these down, but then so many are happening at once. Reed Blankenship went to Houston. That one was crazy. I can't find it right now. Where is it?
How do you feel about the Ravens?
Dude, you got to like what the Ravens are bringing to the table. Quay Walker is signed with the Raiders. Yeah. So it seems like the Raiders are getting better for sure, which is crazy to think about.
It's a hard thought.
Yeah. Brother, Marcus, anything else for the people before you sign off?
Trevor Lawrence is going to win MVP. Lamar's going to be second in MVP. And we're going to the Super Bowl.
Jags to the Super Bowl. You heard it here first. If he does win MVP, I'm going to name the show Take Back with Marcus. Okay?
Hey, I'll make that deal.
All right, brother. Talk to you soon, okay? Thanks for calling in.
Talk to you soon.
My guy, Marcus. I missed a call during that call. That's 607 phone number. If you do want to call back, the phone lines are officially now open. It is 213-352-5216. Absolutely rolling in at Rolling and Dough. Rolling and Grow. Rolling and Dro. What is Dro? What is Dro? Is Dro a hard drug? I need someone from Atlanta to call in and let me know what Dro is. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Kiefer. What's up? I'm from Indiana.
My guy Kiefer from Indy, one of our OG callers. I got a bunch of OGs coming out of the woodworks today. Kiefer, how are you doing today?
You cut out there. Hold on, sorry.
You're good, bro. Just wondering how Indianapolis is treating you and how you are doing on this fine Monday afternoon.
I'm doing pretty good. I literally just saw the news not too long ago. Steelers picked up Michael Pittman and released Jonnu Smith, which I'm actually pretty happy about. Wanted to see what your kind of take was on that.
My whole thing is like you guys decided to let Pittman walk and kept Alec Pierce when you could have had Michael Pittman for a lot cheaper than Alec Pierce. But for whatever reason, I don't think Alec Pierce is like that much better than Michael Pittman.
I don't think so either. I just think with the way Daniel Jones was, I think he just had a better connection with Pierce. Also, Pittman, I mean, he didn't have a bad season, but it wasn't like a standout season. It was 773 yards, only a few touchdowns from what I saw, but
yeah,
nothing special. I think it's a good pickup for the Steelers. I really do. Just we finally got a second wide receiver to complement DK. It's just that whole QB situation, I don't know how they'll do with Will Howard. Don't know if Aaron Rodgers. I really don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to come back, but I'm not sure.
I mean, the Aaron Rodgers one is really interesting up there. The whole situation at quarterback is very interesting in general in Pittsburgh. But I said I didn't think Michael Pittman was that much better than Alec Pierce. I didn't say Alec Pierce was bad. No. It just seems like they went for the more expensive, slightly better receiver rather than the like much cheaper and almost as good guy. Yeah. And you said, he had a really good connection, Alec Pierce, and Daniel Jones did. We don't even know like what the Daniel Jones deal is going to be. It seemed weird to me to make a move like that around a guy that you don't know is your 100% future.
My whole thing is I was kind of confused on why the Steelers didn't. They let what's his name, or their running back that they had,
Kenneth Gainwell,
not Jalen Warren,
Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah, Gainwell. They let Gainwell go.
Yeah,
so I was a little bit confused on that. He had probably a better year than Jalen Warren did, and I was more convinced that he was honestly the number one. He was the number one running back, at least this year, from what I saw. I mean, catch of the year too against Detroit in week 16. That was crazy.
Yeah, Kenneth Gainwell is now going to the Bucks. The Bucks running back room is now. It's pretty obvious Rashad White is going to get
Irving.
moved.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I got Bucky and Kenneth. Obviously, Kenneth Gainwell is really good out of the backfield, but yeah, I think Jalen Warren is probably the guy they want running the football most up there in Pittsburgh.
All right, one more question before I got to head out because I got dinner. I got to go Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
How excited are you for March Madness, and how well do you think Miami of Ohio is going to do this year with them being undefeated?
I'm very excited. We're going to do a bracket. So if you join our Discord, which is linked all over the place, join our bracket. It's free to join, and the winner gets $100. So join ours.
Oh shoot!
Have fun with it. But ultimately, I'm very, very excited. Miami, Ohio, I'm going to be rooting for them. I think they have the chance to win the first round. After that, though, I think it might be tough for that team. There's some good teams in the NCAA.
I'm not sure what seed they'll rank. I don't know if they're going to get like a low seed, like a 6 or 5 seed, or if they're going to get like a high end, like 10 or 11 seed or something like that. Because I mean, they're undefeated, so they deserve a decent rank. Nothing like a 15 or 16, but I really just don't see them getting. They didn't really play anyone. I mean, I think their best win was Akron, so maybe it was an 8 seed, 9 seed. That's what I think, but we'll see. I'm happy. I'm excited.
Me too, dude. It's gonna be very, very fun. Like I said, join our bracket, and bro, you're the man. You can call in whenever you want. Okay, Kiefer, enjoy your Chick-fil-A.
All right, brother. You have a good night.
All right, peace. My guy Kiefer from Indy calling in. I believe he's Asian. We're having a full conversation about Asian Americans one time with Kiefer, and he was very, very helpful in letting us know that he is Korean. Shout out to the Koreans. Love you guys. Unpogi, there he is. Asian. That's my guy. Did this not work? Oh, there it is. What about this one? Every time I use that, I feel like clavicular. I feel like Clav. He is I hate talking about guys. I hate talking about men. Just kidding. I do it every single day. Do you ever realize how gay this show is? Oops. Yeah, but what do you do? Oh yeah, we just sit and we talk about dudes. Oh, and like where they go. Bing bong. Yeah, bing bong. More like you just got lake showed. Congratulations, you just got lake showed. The Knicks got lake showed last night on a Sunday while the sun was still out. Boy, oh boy, was I tired yesterday. I'm tired today. Daylight savings? Bro, bite me. So dumb. So dumb. Where's this game? Oklahoma City? They're doing an aerial shot right now of Oklahoma City on the Peacock broadcast. That place looks horrible. Never been? Shout out to you if you live there. Shout out to you if you love Oklahoma. If you're like, this is my state, I rep this place. If you're like, Oklahoma City is my city, if you rep it so hard, I am so down for you to rep your city. That is awesome. They just showed an aerial shot of it on Peacock for the basketball game. It looks horrible. It looks like a place I would never, ever want to go. It looks like the place when you go with your girlfriend to the airport and you're like trying to do something romantic and spontaneous. And you're like, we'll take the first one-way ticket anywhere. And you're like, okay, it's Oklahoma City. And then we go, we'll take the second place out. I understand, like, where you are born really dictates who you become as a person, especially if you are family-oriented, like a family-oriented man or woman, like me. Not woman, man. And you want to stay near family and be close to them. Oh, yeah, I'm with you. I 100% believe in that. Family rules. Family is everything to me. I love my family, my mom and my dad and my brothers and my sister and my friends. I love my friends and my family. I wouldn't stay in OKC, though, for them. Mom, dad, love you. Brother, sister, love you. All my friends, love you guys. If you are in OKC and that's where you live and you're like, we're not moving, I'm out. Sorry. I'm not living there. It doesn't have it for me. Oh, but you can do... No, you can't. You cannot do anything there. I saw it. Never been, though. So I'm just being completely... What's the word? I'm being so negligent to the actual true data behind it. The true magnetic pulse that OKC has, that thunder. I've never seen it. I've never been a part of it. I've never actually smelled the air in OKC. Don't care. Don't like it. Never going. If I lived there, if I was born there, I'm moving. And if you live there and you were born there and you want to be by my family, I 100% believe you, dude. Be with your family. Be around them. But if you don't care about your family that much, dip. Or, guess what? They have planes. Dip. Oh, they also have trains if you're afraid of flying, and cars you could drive. Dip. Is there a city close enough to OKC where you could drive within like 2 or 3 hours to see your family on Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff like that and holidays, but not have to live in OKC that's still a banger town? If so, find it, move there. Noah Eagle is all alone right now on the broadcast being so weird. I think I'm out on Noah Eagle. I'm just going off today. I think I'm out on Noah Eagle. It's the way that he looks. It's nothing about his voice. It's nothing about his voice. Although, no. His voice is fine. When I'm watching the broadcast, I'm like, he's totally fine. When they cut to the shot of Noah Eagle next to Reggie Miller, get out of here. Oh my gosh, I hate that. When they cut to the shot of Noah Eagle sitting next to Carmelo Anthony, what are we doing? This guy should not be here. Montaric Brown, 45.8 rating allowed, lowest rating allowed by NFL quarterback in zone in 2025. Huge resigning for the Jags. There you go, DX. There you go, bro. I believe you. You could have just said, it was a huge resigning, and I would have believed you. Why haven't the Broncos done anything? Jim G. Good question. Well, they re-signed their linebacker, the one who lost one of his testicles last year. So that is something. That's a good player. They've also cut Dre Greenlaw, so that is also something. Ultimately, the Broncos aren't doing much right now with free agency because they're good enough. They don't really need to make a whole lot of moves. They're a good football team. You know, Trey Mill was like, the Raiders won today. Paprika, by the way, on that clip about Noah Eagle and the clip about OKC and the clip before that as well. So get to work, Vini. It's a note to the editor. If your team is good, you don't make moves during the free agency. Paprika on this too. The like child inside of me is like waking up on Christmas Day when free agency starts and be like, oh boy, I hope my team makes a lot of moves. Ultimately, though, if you're the Raiders, if you're the Jets, if you're the Titans, those are the teams making all the moves today. And we're like this. Oh, they're going to be good. No, they're not. You don't get good over one offseason. I've never seen a team make a bunch of moves in free agency and sign a bunch of players and then the next year, really good. Doesn't happen. With the Raiders situation, who's playing quarterback? Fernando Mendoza? Cool. Build a team around Fernando Mendoza, a guy we haven't seen play in the NFL. See how that goes. Hope it goes well. Dude, respect. Also, go Chargers. Hope you lose. With the Jets, we're like, dude, the Jets have made a lot of moves. The team has improved on paper. They look a lot. Who is playing quarterback? It doesn't matter until you have a guy to throw the football. Jokic to Murray, top of the key. Murray down low to Jokic. Covered by Casey Wallace. Scores over the top of Casey Wallace. We have both. Oh my gosh. It's Isaiah Joe, Jalen Williams, the weird one, Lou Dort, Cason Wallace, and the MVP, SGA, against Christian Brown, Jamal Murray. I believe that is Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon getting the start, and then someone else for Denver. Thoughts on Tua to the Falcons? Wait, let me finish this clip, I think. We need a true running back one. Why haven't the Broncos done anything? J.K. Dobbins is apparently coming back, dog. Jim G. If your team isn't making moves in this like legal tampering phase of free agency, whatever that means, you have a good team. You have a good team. Or you're holding out for something bigger, which the big piece right now is obviously Trey Hendrickson, but there are some offensive linemen as well that I think will be huge difference makers to competitive teams in the offseason. But if you're a team like the Broncos, or you're a team like the Seahawks, oh gosh, I can't stop burping. I'm such a loser. If you're a team that isn't really making many moves, it doesn't mean that like every other team is getting a step ahead of you. All it means is like your front office has done a risk assessment on who's available and what you'd be giving up to get those players, and you've decided that you're good. Teams that are bad don't get to say, hey, we're good. Teams that are bad say, oh yeah, get him, sign him. That's why everyone's getting overpaid. Odafe Oweh is getting overpaid by the Commanders because they need somebody so bad. There's a fat dude sitting courtside right now in Oklahoma City. If I got courtside tickets one day, if I paid for courtside tickets one day and I was sitting next to an obese person, I'm talking like 400 plus, and they were rolling into my personal space, my PS, I would be furious. Listen, for the overweight, you are so awesome. I love you and I care about you, and I feel so bad that some people make fun of you for the way that you look and your physical appearance, and that's not okay. But if I pay $17,000 for courtside tickets at a Laker game and I got a 400-pound obese guy hanging over into my PS, oh, I'm getting pissed. That's so unfortunate. On an airplane, you're like this. This sucks. But, you know, like I paid $400 for a middle seat. I'm on my way to Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know, it's 2 hours. If I'm sitting at courtside, I expect luxury. I expect shrimp of some sort to be served on an hors d'oeuvre platter to me, like I'm at a wedding. Like I'm at a wedding for two homosexuals. I've never been to a gay wedding, but I assume they have better like hors d'oeuvres than straight weddings. Don't know what I'm doing there. Dan Bro finally caught a live stream. Yes, sir. What's up, Moshi? Good to see you, dog. Good to see you, dog. I'm literally talking about fat people right now. If I buy courtside tickets and I have a 400-pound obese man, I don't even care what they smell like. Because here's the thing about larger people. Larger people understand that there is a natural distaste to their physical appearance. They have to overcompensate, I think, with smells and scents and exotics and jokes and stuff like that. So most fat people that I know usually smell good. I'm not saying I'm sitting next to some smelly blah, blah, blah guy, right? Dude, if I sat next to if I got courtside tickets and I sat next to a 400-pound person, I would be furious. I would be just as mad, though, if it was like some dude who smelled horrible. And we know which kind of dude I'm talking about. Whatever the first one you pictured in your head, that's right. That is the guy I'm talking about. I don't want to buy nice things because I don't want to be impeded upon in my grand purchase. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. But the show must go on. Tua Tagovailoa is officially a Falcon. Reed Blankenship is officially a Texan. Yeah, the Texans got a lot better today. I think if I were to do grades for all the NFL teams, which I will never ever do, I'm never going to be a grade guy, but we could have our NFL insiders or our NFL experts on the show one day do NFL free agency grades. As Jamal Murray puts up a 3 top of the key, too long, goes for the rebound, doesn't get it. Isaiah Joe comes out with it, pushes ahead to SGA. SGA slows down the pace, then bumps it up to get to the paint, finds Isaiah Joe wide up in the corner. Bang! Misses. Well, I just realized that when I say bang, to illustrate the noise that the ball makes hitting the back of the rim. Most people now associate bang with a make. And most people associate a bang make with Steph Curry. And most people associate Steph Curry with his wife, Aisha Curry. And most people I associate Aisha Curry with being a woman you don't want to be around. If Love goes at 4, Kami's in huge trouble. Godly, I don't know what you're talking about, but the phone lines are open. It is 213-352-5216. It's 1:47 a.m. where I am. Hello, how did we get to fat people? Did you talk about the Lightning Sabres game? Moshi, I did. A little bit. Dude, the funniest part about that game that no one's talking about is the fact that it was 1-0 at the end of the first period. The game was 1-0. And it ended 7-8. It didn't even go to OT. It got tied up 7-7 and then ended 8-7 after the first period only had 1 goal. I love the guy who had the under, and he's like, yeah, we're looking good. That ended quickly. But shout out to Buffalo. You're going to be making the playoffs, it looks like. Shout out to you guys. Tua Tagovailoa time. Tua Tagovailoa. Let me cook this one up for you guys. Got this one hot off the press. For those on TikTok, all of you, we're going to be going off TikTok in about an hour and moving straight into solo Twitch and YouTube time. Solo Twitch and YouTube time. But I think I do have a take for you guys before we hit our break. And it's kind of just revolving around Tua. If anybody wants to call in and talk Tua. Did you guys hear that? If anybody wants to call into the show and talk Tua, talk Tua? Isn't it crazy? More people know the name, or like, more people know about Hawk Tua than they know like Newton's 3 laws of physics. I'm not sitting here being like, if you want to be a prominent member of society, you need to know about physics. That person stinks. The whole like, oh, you got to be book smart thing. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in being book smart. I think some of the smartest people in the world are but more people know about Hawk Tua. More people know about Hawk Tua than the San Andreas Fault. I don't know what I'm doing there. Talk Tua, huh? Do you guys know Sam Hyde? I would love to play the video I'm referencing in my head of Sam Hyde, but it is, oh my gosh, so inappropriate. It involves a word that I'm not allowed to say. Some of you are, but I'm not. I should write a song right now about how it feels when your team doesn't re-sign a player that you like. I loved you so much, and now you are gone. You're playing the sport across the field. You got different colors, but my mind's always true. Wow. Are the Falcons the first team to have both their quarterbacks being lefties? Double lefty action. Well, they do have 2 lefty quarterbacks. Them being now newly minted quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, Tua Tagovailoa. Hawaiian. From Alabama. Dude, I can sit and do an hour and a half just on Tua Tagovailoa's college career. Yeah. Moshi, good to see you though, dog. By the way, but yeah, the Dolphins are screwed. It's 1:47 a.m. for you right now, Moshi. Let me see where in the world is it 1:47. Time in. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna start with Portugal. It's 11:53 in Portugal. How did you get to 57 or 47? Oops. So 2 more hours. What's west of that? Time in Switzerland. Even further. Okay. Time in. Are you Serbian? Time in Serbia. No, it's not Serbia. What's more east than Serbia? Are you Indian? Time in India. No, you're not Indian. Time in seconds. What's east of Serbia in Europe? I believe you're right in that pocket. Are you in Israel? Whoa! 1:53 now. I'm in Israel. Whoa. Oh my gosh, Moshe, I guessed it. Parker, what up? Pastor Jonathan said, I'm a Raider fan. I'm not a fan of Mendoza. Pastor, dude, shout out to you. Shout out to Christ. Shout out to Jesus. Bro, Moshe, that's crazy. I absolutely just nailed where you were. I just guessed Israel. It only took me 6 guesses, but I got it. I got there. Can't sleep with all the sirens going on. I don't know how we do it, but I would love to interview you one day. A true Israeli. Shout out to Israel. I think. I actually don't care at all about that stuff. I don't care about politics. I care about certain political things, but I don't care about it enough. Actually, I care about it just the right amount. There's people who make their whole personalities around politics. I feel bad for those people. Pastor's asking how I feel about Fernando Mendoza. Listen, Pastor Jonathan, shout out to you, first of all, in your congregation. I pray for good blessings. I was at my church this Sunday. I volunteer with the kids ministry program at my church, ages like 5 to 11-ish, in that range, because we are a smaller congregation. Mosaic, Los Angeles, by Erwin McManus, if you know them, Pastor. We were talking to the kids today about, or we were talking to the kids on Sunday about when Jesus wrote in the sand. When they brought the woman to them, to Jesus, and said she's an adulterer. An adulterer, she must be killed. And Jesus wrote in the sand and then stood up and said, the man who has not sinned may cast the first stone. And obviously no man was able to do that. That's how I feel about Fernando Mendoza. When someone says, how do you feel about Fernando Mendoza? I stop, I write the names in the sand, and then I pull up and I say, he who has played quarterback in the NFL can cast the first stone. What do I mean by that? I have no idea. I have no clue, Pastor. What I saw from Fernando Mendoza was a very, very, very good football player. Okay? On a very, 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 very good football team. There's a whole thing with Ohio State quarterbacks not being as good in the NFL because they're surrounded by top tier talent. Where every single time they line up, the guy on their team is better than the guy on that team. Every single time. So you can throw not a very good ball, and it's going to come down for a tutty. You know, Will Howard won a national championship game and might not even play a game in the NFL. I worry about that slightly with Fernando Mendoza, although his tape at Cal was good, was really good. He's got good tape. Fernando Mendoza is a good quarterback. He's going to be good. He's going to be just fine, Pastor. Is he going to be elite? Is he going to be great? That is the next step. I think he will obviously play his rookie contract and get that 5th-year rookie deal. And then I believe he's going to sign an extension after that. I believe he's going to be the quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders for at least the next 8 seasons. He's going to be your guy. I'll put it that way. The way I'll put it is you will not be going for a quarterback in the draft or in free agency for many, many years. I think he's your guy. I think ultimately, as a guy who has a guy, as a Chargers fan who has a guy, you got to love your guy. You got to respect him. You got to be there for him. I don't think elite, in the words of Cam Newton, he's a game manager. Man, I'm telling you, dog, the Raiders could use a game manager. The Raiders could use someone that just is there, and is not going to screw it up, and is going to be good enough to get this team to greener pastures. Because let me just put it this way. This team is not in the best spot. Let me just check something real fast.
Hear what this brother has to say.
Nope.
Hear what this brother has to say.
I'm going to take a break in 2 minutes here. I'm going to go off on TikTok. Fellas in the TikTok, thank you so much for all the support. If you do not follow, please hit the follow button. Ray, thank you for the likes. I'm going to be finishing the show for the next hour and 2 minutes. We'll be on Twitch and YouTube at Take Back with Zach, solely over there. Atwood, what's up? At the buzzer. Pastor Jonathan, thank you for the follow, man. It means a lot. God bless you. Like I said, I'm going to be live on Twitch and YouTube for the next hour. So if you want to keep talking NFL football, you know where to find us at Take Back with Zach over there. I absolutely love you guys. Talk to you again on Wednesday. I'll be live a little bit early. Love you guys. Bye. That's over. I am going to be taking a 5-minute break here, but I need to fix the video before I do that for you guys because it's a rejoin that you guys already watched. I don't want to have multiple rejoins that are too similar because that's not cool. That's not fun. So slight bit of annoyance right here as I do this, but I'll be back to send us off to break in just a second.
Hear what this brother has to say. For TBWZ are going to have their own.
Okay, I switched the video. Now it's going to be something that you guys have all seen. Everyone said Sam Darnold was a game manager. Now he's a Super Bowl champion. Hey, you know what, Moshi? Couldn't have said it better myself, dog. That's how you do it. Fellas, it is 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It is 8 p.m. on the East Coast, and it's 2 a.m. in Israel. Shout out to you guys. We're going to be taking a 5-minute break. Enjoy this segment before we finish off the show and get into the TBWZ Power Hour. Love you guys. See you in 5.
For TBWZ are going to have their own little blurb like this.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Doctors. Christina was always overweight. She was bullied at school, even shamed by adults as she got older. But things got worse after her second child when health problems started to appear because of the postpartum weight gain. A lifetime of obesity made her wonder if there would ever be hope.
There's no studio audience right now. I know it.
I had a very normal, happy, healthy childhood, but once I hit junior high, I would just eat and eat and eat. I would hide.
Well, hey, fatty. Hey, put down the French fries, fatty.
Food in my room, in my closet.
And the pancakes.
In high school, I was about 220 pounds.
Dude, that's big.
And my friends would call me names like
Okay.
cannon legs. I would do their homework.
Cannon legs? Her friends would call her cannon legs? How did we even get here?
I would buy their food. I asked a boy to go to the dance. He said yes. My mom made a big deal. We shopped for days to try and find the perfect dress. We spent
They were
all
all
day
too big.
getting
They're all too
ready.
small.
My dad was there. We just waited around and waited and waited, and he never came.
Bro, that is so sad. Oh, that's so sad.
I remember crying over the
Bro, that actually makes me so sad. Getting asked to a dance and that, bro. Being asked to a dance and then the guy not showing up is horrible. That's nasty work.
rejection. The next day, he said, I'm not going to go to a dance with you. You're too fat. I left high school behind, found
It's the sound effect. It's the wait. It's the I'm not gonna go to high school with. I'm not gonna go to the dance with you. You're too fat. I wish I could play this back.
the man of my dreams. We got married. I was so happy, yet I was still out of control with my eating. I was eating Snickers for breakfast and then downing.
Bro. Snickers for breakfast? Are you kidding me? You're having nougat before noon? Nougat before noon is nuts. Well, nougat before noon is nuts, dude.
It with a huge soda. So with the birth of my second son, I actually hit 270 pounds.
That's big.
The health issues started coming. When the doctor told me I had type 2 diabetes, the reality hit me that this could kill me. About 10
How come in the interview they're only showing her eyeballs, but all of the other pictures are like, look how fat she is? Oh, it's probably because they're... All right, idiot, Zach.
years ago, my family and I went to a theme park. We go to sit
Couldn't fit.
down, and the seatbelt doesn't fit.
Oof.
The ride attendant says, ma'am, I'm sorry, you're too large to ride this ride. I ran out as fast as I could, and as I got to the exit, I couldn't fit. Then on the way home, we get on the plane.
This, dip to negative is crazy. This whole thing is just about, hey, here's how a fat lady couldn't fit places and got dumped by a guy at prom.
In this open seat next to me, the other rider screams out, hell no. He marches up to the flight attendant and demands another seat. She says, ma'am, I'm so sorry, but just for the future, you probably need to purchase 2 seats.
270 is not 2 seats worthy. I have flown with fat people before. 270 is not worthy of getting 2 seats. This is such a lie.
At that moment, I knew
What
that
are
I
we
couldn't
watching?
hide from this weight anymore. I was training 5 days a week for 2 hours a day, and over the course of that year, I gained 22 more pounds.
Bro, I hate when the amount of times people are like, I started working out and gained weight. You were not working out. You were doing something stupid.
I was at my breaking point. I was done living in a prison of weight. This was life or death, and so I decided I'm going to try one more time.
It's always life or death.
In a transformation that completely changed her life, Christina lost an incredible 140 pounds using a simple gelatin trick along with a few ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen. You're not going to believe what she looks like now. Christina, come on out and join us.
Whoa! I can't believe I'm on the doctors. What's the trick?
Your story is so powerful to me because
Yeah, it's so powerful. I'm doing this thing with the 5-minute breaks where I'm adding in like a moment from the show from the past to like be entertaining and also like, oh, this was a funny moment that we had. I made all these on Saturday. I have no idea why I chose that. That was a horrible decision. I'm super sorry. You should expect better out of me, out of your leader, out of your Vini. You should expect a lot more. Moshi, love you, bro. Stick to the grind and be real. Moshi's in the YouTube chat. He said, I got to run, Zach. Love watching you, bro, and you seem to love it too. Stick to the grind and be real. All the best. Shout out to Moshi. Shout out to you. That rejoin that I chose right there was the hand up, bro. That was horrible. That was an awful job from Vini. Horrible, awful job. But sometimes you do bad things. If you want to call on the show, tell me the worst thing you've ever done. Tell me your biggest trauma. Tell me your greatest fear in life. My greatest fear. Oh no. No. That's one thing. No. No. I'm not going there with you guys. You guys could probably, dude. It probably wouldn't be too hard to guess what my biggest fear is. I'm out. I'm done with the. I don't know if I want to watch this Nuggets and Thunder game anymore. I'm gonna be watching the World Baseball Classic. It's Team Mexico versus Team USA. Here's where I'm gonna say this. This is gonna sound horrible, but it's a hill I'm willing to die on. If you live in America, but you're Mexican, that's cool. Super down for that. If you live in America, though, and you're rooting for Team Mexico in the World Baseball Classic, leave. Go. That's so insensitive. But honestly, it does kind of make me mad. Like, and then I try to put myself in the shoes of them. If I moved to a different country, I'd probably still root for America. Yeah. Okay. Well, if let's say I was born in Switzerland, but my parents were born in America, right? I would root for. They would probably convince me to root for America. I'd probably still root for America. Okay. If you are rooting for Team Mexico, but you live in America and you're not Mexican, I think I'm just realizing now yeah. I was going to come at you with this take of like, if you live in America, you need to root for Team America, and if you don't, you're a bad person. Now that I think about it, if I lived in a different country and we were playing in a sport, I would still root for my home country. Now I'm just believing basically paprika. Now I'm believing basically that I understand now. Wow. I understand where you're coming from now. That's crazy. I understand you on a deep emotional level now. For all of the Mexican people that are rooting for Team Mexico instead of Team America in the World Baseball Classic, I understand you wholeheartedly. I was going to try to come at you with a take that's like, I don't get why you're doing that. You're un-American. But ultimately, I just reverse Uno carded myself. I'm playing Uno. I'm playing Uno by myself. I just hit myself with the reverse. Can you reverse a game of Uno of one? Something's in my teeth and it hurts. I have such a horrible time at the dentist. It's not like I hate the dentist. I'm not that guy. Last time I went to the dentist, though, they messed up my teeth really bad. They messed up, well, 2 teeth in particular really, really bad. And I know, like, the heart of the reason was because, like, I messed up my teeth in the first place. But in the repair that they were doing, they screwed up really bad. So I have, like, 2 massive gaps in my mouth. I need Stoops to gift me again. Yeah, Oreo, we do. We need Stoops bad. We all do. For that reason, I keep getting stuff in my mouth. No, don't clip that. I know what you're thinking. All slowed down. I keep getting stuff in my mouth. I've enjoyed taking the 2 5-minute breaks that we took today. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think it's something we're going to keep going. I have about 4 or 5 sports takes to get off my chank. To get off my to get off my salsa dance. The best salsa in the world is either like the really watery salsa that's at every Mexican food restaurant with the chips that are too thin. That one that just goes in everything. It's like, it's not very good. It's not very spicy, but it just works. That's the best salsa in the world. Or anything green. Salsa, green sauce, green salsa, salsa verde, as we call it back here. As we call it over here in California. Salsa verde is so much better than salsa rojo. I don't know. We say it like that. I know. Because I drip with the Mexicans. I'm literally wet. Or as you would say, mojado. Vamos Cuba? Neck. If I was playing for Team USA, I would not eat Mexican food for a week in preparation of the game against Team Mexico. You know what's funny too is when I was growing up and playing like baseball and travel ball, once a year, I think it was Memorial Day weekend, Team Mexico every year comes up from Mexico, wherever they are in Mexico, and comes to America and plays in tournaments against us, and they destroy us year in and year out. Pretty much consistently are destroying the Americans, Team Mexico is. Cuba, PR is delayed, so I'm killing time. Puerto Rico, yes, sir. Puerto Rico. The greatest export that Puerto Rico has is Kike Hernandez. He's so awesome. This cake is so dry. This cake is so dry. I have to wash it down in DC. I will say, this cake was so good and so moist when it first popped out the O. Shout out to Mom for making this. It was so good and so fresh and so moist the first time it popped out of the O. Now it's a little D. And so I have to wash it down with DC, the best drink in the world. I put out that take on Saturday or something. Also, my clips on Instagram have been bombing recently. Everything I'm posting has been bombing. And as you know, I'm a man of very thin skin and of great pride and not a lot of humility. When I don't get views on the clips that I post, it hurts my heart and it hurts my soul and it makes me feel icky about myself. It makes me hate me. So if you see one of my clips and you do not view it, I don't know how that'd even be possible. You know what? We're just going to take this call. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name and where are you calling from?
What's up, man? My name is Xander. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia.
Xander from Virginia. Is this your first time calling in, Xander?
Yeah.
Bro, absolutely love it. We are obviously in the midst of an incredible NFL free agency kind of day one. We're in the midst of NBA playoffs really starting to heat up. The end of the NHL season heating up. The World Baseball Classic. Sports are rolling right now. Dog, you're calling into the show. Where did you want to start, Xander?
I wanted to start with the NFL free agency. What do you think about Malik Willis going to the Dolphins?
Malik Willis to the Dolphins to me is one of those deals where I love it for Malik. It's good for him. He's going to be making $20+ million a year over the next 3. I don't think it does a whole lot for the Dolphins, though. I think there's a bunch of issues around the Dolphins organization. I don't think necessarily Malik Willis solves them. I also don't know how good of a quarterback he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nigger.
Knew it. He's like, yeah. That guy was so nervous, that loser. So nervous to say the N-word live on a stream. Dude, the last time I was nervous for something in life, it was like a big deal. I was like doing something cool. That loser was nervous to call into the show and say the N-word. And he told his friends. He's like, dude, guess what I'm about to do? What an absolute loser. You could hear it in his voice. He was nervous. His palms were sweaty. When he dialed the number and then was about to press call and then almost didn't because he was so scared. What a pussy. Dude, being afraid to call into a show because you're about to say the N-word, such a loser move. Saying the N-word at all as a white guy is a loser move. It's not very funny. You're just trying to be shocking. Which, if you're already in the shock humor phase of your life, you're not a funny person. And that sucks, dude. I wish all the homies were funny. I wish all my friends were funny. I wish everyone I knew could crack a joke and hang with the best of them. But if you're reliant on saying racial slurs to make people laugh, you're not a funny person. That sucks for you. Neck, did Crosby go to the Ravens? He did. He did go to the Ravens for 2 first-round picks. I think he's the 15th player ever to go for 2 first-round picks. In the NFL, dude, they don't move those things often. Good catch from Roman Anthony. Playing left field, I believe. Yeah, Roman Anthony. Stud. Who's in center field then? Bruxton? It's not Mike Trout, I'll tell you that. Serbia. Forgot about that. You're a Ravens fan now. Absolutely electric. I love that. Go Ravens. I'm looking jacked today. I'm looking absolutely jacked today because I'm wearing a tiny little shirt. I got this shirt at the Oasis concert in Manchester. Instantly shrunk, which is totally fine. But I wanted it to shrink so that... I'll just show off the whole thing. It's young Liam and Noel on the front. And on the back... On the back, it's all the tour dates. It's all the tour dates on the back. You ever buy a shirt that you're like, yeah, when this shrinks a little bit, it's going to fit so much better? And then you get fat in between the washes. You put on some pants. You put on some pounds. That'd be funny if we called it pants. How many pants do you wear? Or if we used pants as a measurement. We use cups. We're like, yeah, it's 6 cups. It's 3.5 pants. If there's a universal measurement of pants. Neck, get out of here. You don't like the back of the shirt because they didn't come to Serbia. Oasis. It was the best night of my life. The Oasis concert in Manchester, I went day 3, July 19th. It was the best night in my life, dude. It was unbelievable. 90,000 Manchurians knew every single word to every song. I've never been a part of something so heroic. Something so all-encompassing. Paprika. The Oasis concert in Manchester was the best decision I ever made as a man, right? It was the best decision I ever made. So, the only other time you're truly surrounded by like-minded individuals is usually at a sporting event, right? But even then, you're going to get people that don't necessarily care too much about the game, or they're maybe rooting for the other team, or maybe they're hammered and not really into it. At the Oasis concert in Manchester, every single person was a diehard fan. There was not a person there that was like, yeah, I got these tickets from my boyfriend. I'm not really a big fan, but whatever. No, everyone there was losing their mind. There's also no footage from it, because at every other Oasis show, there was someone like standing in the, because every single other Oasis show had, how do I put this? Had stands for people to stand. So they were up high above the crowd, so they were able to film the crowd and be like, whoa, look how mental this is. There was no one that was high enough to film the crowd because there were no stands for people to be. It was one field. It was one level. We were all equal. The only sort of class system that we had was your proximity to the stage, but the proximity to the stage had no direct result on your proximity to a great time because Oasis rules. It was the absolute best thing I've ever done in my life, dude. I'll never forget it. The first 3 minutes, people did not stop jumping. Nak said, probably going to go to a concert this summer and also to a British one. Where are you going, Nak? That is funny why you don't like the back of band shirts. The first 3 minutes of the show, people didn't stop jumping. You know? Like, people were jumping and going at it the whole time and like slightly moshing, but mainly just like jumping and freaking out for the first 3 minutes of the show. Dude, it was war. It was actual war. Well, I looked over at my little brother and he was like this. Like, oh, dude, this is not good. The people in front of us, like an older French couple, the guy was like, get off of us. Like, people were getting worked. No one was punching. No one was like throwing hands. No one was like kicking or being a jerk. No one was like actually moshing and trying to hurt people. The energy in the building, there wasn't even a building. The energy in that park was so insane. People have been waiting on hands and knees for this band to reunite. And they came together in Manchester, in their hometown. The first 3 songs were terrifying. It was war. It was unreal. We couldn't catch our breath. I would love European sports crowds. Gorillas are playing in Bulgaria, and they're your favorite band? Oh, dude, so you're anti-Oasis. Okay, I see how it is. You're a Gorillaz fan. That must mean you're a Blur fan, too. Huh, you like Blur? Aaron Judge up to bat. He's 2 for 9 so far in the World Baseball Classic with a home run. Pitch right down the middle, drives it, pulls it in between the third baseman and shortstop for a single. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Aaron Judge on first. I'm Blur. Literally 0 thoughts on Oasis ever. It's okay. They're awesome. But the first 3 songs were absolute war. And then after that, it was just pure elation. And then when doing the pawn stands for cigarettes and alcohol, the best song, if you went to any of the concerts, the best song was Little by Little. Oh my gosh. And my God woke up on the wrong side of his bed. It just don't matter now. And in the live recording that they put out, when Noel goes silent for that portion of the lyrics and you can hear the crowd in Wembley yell, it just don't matter now. 'Cause little by little. Oh my gosh. That song had dude, like people liked that song as Oasis fans, but after the concerts, man, that song, it's got a special place in my heart now. I'll never forget it. Love music. I wish the brothers start, yeah. That'd be awesome. That's the only thing that would make it better. This is gonna sound so lame. It's like the opposite of most of my thinking, but like the fact that Liam and Noel were like hugging each other the whole time too. Gosh, I felt like a little woman. Like, look, they love each other. I felt like their mom of being like, they love each other again. This is good. This is great. They're making music together again. I hate the rumors though. Some of the rumors. This doesn't matter to anybody. No one cares about this. But me and my guy Neck are having a full-blown conversation right now. Mono. I don't know. I think Laser might be in here too. What's up, Laser? Cuba, Puerto Rico started. Neck, let's go. I just accidentally looked at myself in the mirror. Hated doing that because there's a mirror right here. There's a whole wall of mirrors. It's like a closet. Looked myself right in the eyes. You ever look yourself in the eyes sometimes and you're like, who is that? What is that? Am I disassociating? When I was younger, when I was in high school, there was often times where I'd stare at myself in the mirror and be like, don't know who that is. Every once in a while, I'll be sitting somewhere and I'll be talking and I'm like, I am not him. I'm not the guy you're talking to, right? Is this something I should not reveal online? Is this something that like is deeply personal? Because I don't really care about it. I think it's kind of funny sometimes. Every once in a while you look in the mirror and you're like, who is this, right? Or you don't feel like you belong in that body, or your soul is a different, like, most of the time I walk around and feel like my soul and my body are connected as one piece, one living, breathing organism, one living, breathing organism in which I control the outcomes and the actions of said vehicle. Other times I'd be like, I am not in this body. I am not here. Who am I? You got a therapist on standby, Zachary? No, I don't. I think that's normal. I think a lot of people like sometimes are like, who? I think it's more like, how do I put this? It's not like a diswant, right? It's not a diswant for the physical body, or like a distaste for the soul attribute of said physicality. It's more just like, I am not who I have been. I don't inhabit. Like, people will be like, Zach, and I'm like, I guess I'll respond. I believe they're referring to me, although I don't feel like that person. Does that make any sense at all? Is that troubling? Do I need to go to the hospital? Maybe. In high school, I used to legit like stare in the mirror for like a long time and be so confused at who was looking back. Like, so confused at who was looking back. That's what it was. It was more like confusion of like, who is looking at me right now? Because I know I am the person looking, but I'm not the person looking back. That was way too deep. That was way too deep. I don't think Tua Tagovailoa. I don't think Tua Tagovailoa really does a whole lot for the Atlanta Falcons. I don't think they brought him in to start. Personally, they brought Tua in as a guy that is potentially going to bridge the gap between the injury that Penix had towards the end of the season and whatever they're going to try to turn into. The thing is, I'm really high on the Falcons as an organization, as a team. Neck, that's actually funny you say that, because I did have a concussion. A lot of this stuff came from a concussion that I had my junior year. Cal Raleigh, bases loaded. I got hit so hard, I basically woke up in the hospital and I wasn't able to talk, and I had a stutter. My entire, like, the first month of my junior year of high school, I had a stutter and I couldn't read for like 6 months without getting a headache, and failed all my classes because of that. And my teachers didn't know what was going on. And a really nasty person made up a rumor that I was faking it. And I was just stuttering and faking it. So some teachers believed I was faking. And a lot of my friends believed I was faking and just would tell me to stop. I'm like, I can't. I'm retarded. And yeah, it was horribly traumatic and it ruined a lot of my life. But I'm better because of it, I think. You know what Post Malone says? You always say that you're better than now. So I feel. Tua, oh man. Way to get out of it. Cal Raleigh struck out. Mexico gets out of a jam. Tua subplot memes. I feel bad that you actually, dude. I've gotten like 7 concussions, Nick. That's just the worst one. I had 2 in the same game. That was in that game, the one where I woke up in the hospital. I had 2 that game. I had one when I was like 4. I had a couple bad ones earlier in my football career. I also had one, I believe, in college. I hit my head so hard wakeboarding one time. Because what I do when I'm wakeboarding, I'm just like outside of the wake, and I just kind of chill there for a while, and then like I get bored when I'm out there, and for whatever reason I just do not have the physical ability to cross over the wake and like go from one side to the other, just because like I don't know, I don't bend my knees enough. I don't know. So instead of going over the wake, every time I'm like, I'm just gonna try to do a backflip, Because one time I was with my family friends, and this guy was, his older brother was so good at wakeboarding, he would hit the wake and do a backflip. And so every time I'm like, I'm just going to try to do the backflip, because I either fall and crash and then I end my turn and I can go back in the boat and go back to drinking or whatever I was doing. Or I actually land a backflip. The risk reward for me is insane. But unfortunately, last time I did it, I got so much air, didn't finish my rotation, hit my head so hard. Like, hit my head so hard on the water, and woke up like, I got back to the boat and I was like this, I don't feel very good. I didn't feel very good. Bro is white Tua. Dang. Terry Tackett. I don't even know who that is. Let me start and stop. Tua Tagovailoa is one of the more interesting careers that we've seen, and it's not even over. Maybe the best is yet to come for young Tua. But he went from a Pro Bowl season, literally like one of the best quarterbacks for a one of the best seasons for a quarterback that we've seen in a while was. I love Diet Coke. I love drinking it. It has some caffeine. It helps me keep going throughout the show. It makes me burp, though. And so I'm sitting here burping in the mic, trying to get a takeoff about Tua Tagovailoa being retarded from all the concussions. And yet I'm sitting here and I'm like burping and I'm throwing up in the mic because I can't, because I'm drinking too much Diet Coke. But if I don't drink the Diet Coke, then I can't be up for the show. My whole life has become a conundrum. I'm sick and tired of it. You know what sounds good? Someone to enter my life and start making the decisions for me. Take my hand off the wheel. You tell me what to do. And I do have that. His name is Jesus Christ. Thank you, Jesus, for directing me in all the beautiful ways that you have. But the Diet Coke thing is becoming an issue. My whole life has become a conundrum. Not morally, physically. Annoyingly. My whole life is an annoying conundrum. You want to know what's the worst one? I cannot go to bed unless I've been awake for like 16 hours. Like, I need to be awake, right? So on a day that I sleep in, let's say I sleep till 10, okay? And the next night, I want to go to bed early because I've worked the following day, and so I want to wake up at 6. But if I go to bed at 10, and that day I woke up at 10, I need to be awake probably I'm not falling asleep till like midnight at the earliest. So now, I'm not falling asleep till midnight, but I want to wake up at 6. So now instead of getting 8 hours of sleep, I'm getting 6 hours of sleep. Or do I just wake up later so I can get the 8 hours that I need? Or the 7 hours or the whatever. So it's like, the conundrum is, if I sleep in, I'm not going to be able to go to bed early. And if I go to bed early, I'm not going to be able to sleep in. When am I supposed to catch up? My entire life, I feel like I'm just catching up on sleep. It's catching up on sleep, catching up on sleep. It's all I'm doing. I'm like, every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, I'm sacrificing so many hours of sleep I should be getting. And I'm barely getting through the time that I have. Barely getting through. And then Saturday rolls around, and I'm like, oops, I'm going to sleep in. And then I sleep in too late. And then I'm not able to fall asleep early because I got to be up at 6 a.m. to get to church on Sunday. And so then I stay up till 2 a.m. on Saturday night, and I end up getting 3 or 4 hours of sleep for church on Sunday. Oh, then you want to know the cherry on top. Then I take a nap after church, and I can't sleep at night. Because if I nap, ain't no way Papa going to bed on time. It's a true debacle in my life. I'm tired all the time. And then you throw daylight savings on top of it. Gosh, you know what? You might as well go to your local Walmart, purchase a firearm, fill it with lethal ammunition, turn it around. No, that was all a joke. My mom's going to text me. You better not joke about that. You better not joke about going to Walmart and buying a firearm and filling it with lethal ammunition and turning it right around and pulling the trigger. Just because you can't sleep very well. Take some melatonin, you pussy. I hate to put words in my mom's mouth, but oh my gosh. Moving on. Tua Tagovailoa, he literally went from that like Pro Bowl season where he was unbelievable and like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL that year, the first year with Tyreek. To even go back even further, he started as the guy who was supposed to go number 1 overall. Dude, to go back even further on Tua Tagovailoa, if you recall, the first time we met Tua was at Bama in the national championship game at halftime, replacing the guy. He was replacing Jalen Hurts. We were like, who is this left-handed dude from Hawaii? Instantly, overnight, he became the guy. The next year, after playing one game in the national, one half, and winning the Natty for Alabama, we started the whole tank for Tua thing. Every team was tanking for Tua. That was all the NFL teams were tanking for Tua. That was all they cared about. So in that 2019 season, Tua comes out for Alabama, has a great season. But you know who has a better season? Joe Burrow. I don't even want to know the illegal things that they were practicing over there at LSU that year. We met Tua at Bama. The whole NFL, after a half of football, decided let's tank for Tua. Joe Burrow ended up being better. But even to the day, on draft day, there were still people debating that Tua is probably a better quarterback than Joe Burrow. Turns out they were both wrong. It was Justin Herbert. But Tua goes to the Dolphins. We see him have mild success, but we see his coach really, really, really not like him. Benched him for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzmagic, if you remember that season. They fired that coach. They brought in Mike McDaniel, and Mike McDaniel had turned Tua into like a Pro Bowl quarterback, one of the best there was. So from a guy that was replacing the man to a guy that was benched on his first team to then becoming a Pro Bowl quarterback, then to the whole fingers thing and all the hits that he took. Then he signed the biggest deal in quarterback history. Then to be benched this season and then become the largest dead cap hit in the history of the sport. Yeah, Herbert should have gone 1. Tua went from the man, replacing the man, tank for Tua, to $100 million dead cap hit. The Dolphins thought it was better for them as a company, as a business, because ultimately these sports teams are businesses. They are enterprises, right? They're not just out here for like, people aren't owning sports teams just for us to go out and like have some fun on Sundays and have something to root for. You know what I mean? They thought the best move for them as a financial institute was to take $99 million in dead cap money on their books, to take that on instead of just play the guy. That's how you know exactly what they thought about him. They think Malik Willis is going to be better. Dude, Dolphins fans are in for a rude awakening by week 4 when they're like, dude, Malik Willis sucks. Yeah, duh. He was a backup for Jordan Love. Roman Anthony in the box right now. He's 3 for 8, batting .375 so far in the World Baseball Classic in the 7-hole for Team USA. Takes a slider on the outside corner from Beretta. It's 0-2 count. Takes time. Man, I'm so excited for baseball. Just signed a Chiefs fullback. I'm not sleeping on the Titans at all. I'm not. It's been an insane career for Tua. That dude came in with a huge smile on his face. Man, he came in with a huge smile on his face, just ready to compete and ready to win. Last year, we saw a guy broken, beaten down by the situation, by football, by the machine. Now he winds up in Atlanta on a 1-year deal, and it looks like because of the situation with Penix, here's the pitch, low, ball 2-2 count. It appears that Tua Tagovailoa is probably going to play some quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons next year. How? Huh? Low again, same pitch, that changeup low, misses. Roman Anthony's eyeballs all over it. We're going to have a full count in the World Baseball Classic. Nobody out, nobody on. The 7th hole leading off for Team USA. Pitch clock winding down. 4, 3. Here's the pitch from Beretta. He went slider low. Ball 4. Take your base. He went change up low, slider low. So he's trying to speed him up a little bit, add some more movement to it. The slider looks more like a fastball, depending on where it's coming from. It has more of a drop. So instead of he was avoiding the low part of the zone, eyes were going middle, ball ended up low. Unfortunately, pitcher threw it low, ends up lower. What happened with Jackson Dart? Everyone used to love him, and now everyone hates him. Why? Why? That Tua dude, I tried for like 15 minutes to cook up a Tua Tagovailoa clip. Couldn't do it. It stunk that bad. I want to talk about the Lakers for the next 20 minutes of the show. That's cool with you guys. I'll go as far as I can, and then we'll finish off with all of the free agency signings that we might have missed while I was talking about, I don't know. What was I talking about today? Israel. And I was talking about Oasis. I was talking about clavicular. Dude, clavicular. He's so awesome, dude. He's so unapologetically himself. That's my favorite part. Byron Buxton flies out to center field. Roman Anthony has nowhere to go but back to first base. Clavicular is so insanely just authentically himself. Bad guy through and through. Doesn't care about women. Going to fizzle out so hard in life, and I feel bad for him that way. But at least he's authentically and true to himself. Bad nature or not. This is going to sound so annoying too, and who are you would have wanted to talk? Fatso ugly frickin' loser. There are a lot of hot men in this world. Why is he the hottest guy? You know what he is? He's guy hot. Guys think he's really hot. Because guys are unconfident and sad and depressed because they spend too much time watching porn and smoking weed and playing video games. And they're depressed because of it. And then we see a guy like Clavicular and we're like, whoa, that's a real man. He did, I know he got frame mogged by the ASU guy. He's been burger mogged. He's been mogged hard. But he's still the man. He's still popping all over the place. He was already dethroned. Still, you're ruining it. XD, you ruined it. Just kidding. Is this what you're talking about? Titans signed former Chiefs cornerback Josh Williams? Dude, XD. I'm unfortunately high on the Titans next year. I might be absolutely losing my mind right now, but I'm kind of really, really high on the Titans, as you brought it up. Also, XD, some of the clips you put out this week were awesome, dude. Shout out to you, bro. We'll talk after stream and get you some bread and all that kind of stuff. Off stream. The Lakers the Lakers worked the Knicks on Sunday night. It was pretty much from tip to final whistle. What am I trying to say? I get to this point in the show and I'm like, I can't even talk. The Lakers worked the Knicks on Sunday. It was pretty much a beatdown from the tip-off to the final buzzer sounded. What's the point? What's the actual point? Because I'm sorry, but this show revolves around me talking. And if Vini can't talk, what is the point of Vini? Might as well replace me. Oh my gosh. Might as well replace me with an AI chat bot that you guys can just talk to. Hello. Hello. Funny joke, sports. The Steelers are re-signing D-line Zezi Otamueo to a 1-year deal. Per Tom Palacero. XD's op list: Cowboys, Eagles, Broncos, Packers, Patriots. Yeah, Patriots 1, Packers 2 for me. Dude. Well, Chiefs fans too. And Raiders fans, Broncos fans. Broncos fans are 1-1 on my op list. Well, no, it's Patriot fans and then Broncos fans probably. Broncos fans can just absolutely give me. They can waka. I need to get this Lakers clip out, or else I'm going to throw up and pee my pants, and I'm going to blow up a hospital with a bunch of C4. Hello, police! I'm blowing up a hospital. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. This is satire. This is satirical. I don't know if the Knicks aren't very good or if the Lakers are that team, but the Lakers absolutely worked the Knicks on Sunday. There wasn't a moment in the game where I thought the Knicks were going to be able to come back. The Knicks looked dead. The Knicks looked horrible. And a lot of people are going to be doing the whole well, they flew to the West Coast and it's like they're on a road trip and daylight savings happened. I hear you. I understand you. Every time I make that excuse for the Lakers about going to the East Coast, you guys do the same thing. Oh, they're professionals. That's not a reason why they got beat down. It's because they suck. So I'm doing it back to you. The Knicks suck. The Knicks aren't very good at basketball. Mikal Bridges disappeared. Karl Anthony Towns, decent player. Bryce Terang finds a gap. Roman Anthony headed for home. Play at the plate. Dang it. Hosed. He's out. Great throw from the right fielder. Jalen Duran. Or Jalen Duran. It's funny that we have one in the NBA and one in basketball. The thing about the Lakers that's crazy is the Lakers are 9-2 without LeBron James. And to be honest, they do look like a better team when it's just Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic. They're 9-2 with just Luka and AR, without LeBron. I don't want to sit here and be the guy that's like, oh, we shouldn't play LeBron, but I know JJ knows. JJ Redick's not stupid. I know JJ Redick knows. It's just who's going to be the guy that has the big enough balls to sit LeBron James? You're not. In crunch time, can you imagine that in the playoffs in crunch time, you're sitting LeBron James in the final 4 minutes of a game? I can't see it happening, dude. I can't see it happening. But the numbers don't lie. They're a very, very good team. Stats-wise, numbers-wise, and obviously wins-loss-wise, when LeBron doesn't play but AR and Luka do. I think ultimately this season for the Lakers is locked up. We are who we are. All we can do is try to battle in the West and just see how much fight this Laker team has. But walking away from that game, from the game on Sunday, I'm low on the Knicks. I was low on the Knicks already. I'm much lower now. You went out and laid an egg, dude. They laid an egg. And it wasn't even like the Lakers were playing like crazy good defense. Because obviously the Lakers don't have a good defense, right? But they held the Knicks in check heavy during that game. And it wasn't even like a result of how good the Lakers defense was. It seemed like New York was just missing wide open shots the entire game. They didn't have any juice. They had no legs. Lost by 13 to the Lakers on the road. That's not a serious basketball team. The closest the game got was like, it was a 2-point game early in the third quarter, and then after that, it was just Lake Show. Karl Towns had 25 and 16 boards. He played awesome. He's really good. Mikal Bridges had 0 points. Mikal Bridges had 0 points. He was 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3. Didn't shoot a free throw. Josh Hart, 22 minutes, 8 points. Bobby Wood Jr., warning track power, 3 outs. Jalen Brunson had a good game. He played 42 minutes, had 24. He had a good game. Off the bench, what happened to Jose Alvarado? You guys were all so high on Jose Alvarado. Cool. 7 minutes, no points. Diawara, 15 minutes, 4 points. Mitchell Robinson, 17 minutes, 4 points. The Knicks are not a physical basketball team. They're not a good basketball team either. They're a very good on paper basketball team, but I don't think they're actually good. There's a lot of things the Knicks need to figure out to get ready for this playoff run. The Lakers, I'm in a really nasty spot right now with the Lakers, though, to be completely fair and honest with myself. I try to be honest with myself and with you. When I look in the mirror, I don't want to have regrets at night. I have to be honest with you about the Lakers. There is a part of me that does believe that they could win the finals this year. I know. I am delusional. I know. I'm an idiot. I've watched every Laker game this year except for like 2. I've watched every single game. I am a big enough idiot to think that the Lakers can still win the NBA Finals because they have Luka Doncic, because they have Luka Doncic. Here's what I will say. How do I put this? If you believe right now, I know that you know that Luka at any given night, how am I going to put this? Any given night, Luka Doncic could go out onto a court and get 60 points. He is a good enough scorer to go out and get 60. I don't think you can argue against that. He has enough skills. He has enough talent. He has enough IQ to go out on the court. And at any moment, like, he could put up 60 points. Bobby Portis can't. Bobby Portis can't. SGA can. Donovan Mitchell can. Keontae George can. Like, there are certain dudes in the league that any given night can go out and score 60. Luka is one of those guys. If Luka goes out and scores 60, the Lakers win the game. I'm not saying he has to go out and score 60 points every night for the Lakers to win the finals. But if he does, the Lakers will win the finals. It's that simple. Like, although the odds are slim, and although I do not deep down truly think this team is going to win the NBA Finals, I do know deep down in my heart of hearts, they have Luka Doncic. They have a guy that can go out and get 60. If that guy goes out and gets 60, they're going to win that game. I know that much. And so I do know that although I am insanely delusional, I do still believe that this team can win it all. And it might be as simple as not playing LeBron James. Paul Skeen's out here throwing 84-mile-per-hour sliders. Ooh. Dude, a guy in the stands just tried to catch the ball with his sombrero. The World Baseball Classic rules. The World Baseball Classic rules. XD said, I still can't believe the Mike Evans thing. My buddy doing clips too is a huge Bucks fan and had a bunch of Mike Evans stuff, and he was so sad because how are you going to say that you're going to leave to win something and then go to the 49ers? The 49ers are really good. He's the Buccaneer. Yeah, the Mike Evans thing is interesting, man. Mike Evans thing is tough. For Bucks fans, and I'm pretty sure for Mike Evans himself. For Baker, for that organization, for the city of Tampa. Like, Mike Evans was the guy there. And it's going to stink to see him in a 49ers uniform. Ultimately, also, I totally am so sorry, XD. I didn't say this at the beginning of the show, and I totally should have. This should have, like, led the show. I'm sorry if you're not here. I, like, truly apologize, dude. 25 stream streak for XD1. That's so many streams, dude. 25 at 3 a pop. I'm doing 3 a week. That means for the past 3 months, you've pretty much been watching every single show. So shout out to you, dude. I'm super, super thankful for you. And for the clips you make, man, you are awesome. You absolutely rock. Shout out to you. Have anything else? I did the take. Oh, yeah. Okay. My last take of the day. And then we could probably just call it. Because I'm going to be going... I'll do an update. What is... Dude, do you know the noise that, like, Apple makes when you're... Oh, no. What is that noise? Ding, ding, ding. When you're airdrop... You know the airdrop noise? I keep hearing it. You hear it too? I think it's my water bottles hitting each other. Never mind. I've watched a lot of basketball this season. I've watched the NBA every single day this year. I've watched a lot of NBA games this season. A lot. I've seen enough basketball this year. The Spurs are winning the finals. I've seen enough basketball already. They have that guy on their team. You know which one I'm talking about. They have that dude. It's not even like his physical presence anymore. It's the fact that he's literally put on a Joker mask. He's literally said, I am the villain of this league. I am your worst nightmare. There's a psychological effect to playing Victor Wembanyama right now. He cares that much. He's crying after regular season games. I've seen enough out of the Spurs. I've seen enough out of the West. I've seen enough out of the East. I've watched all the good teams. I've watched all the basketball there could possibly be. I've watched as much basketball as possible this season, and I've come to the determination, Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs are winning the finals. There's not a better team out there. Top to bottom, that team rules. Victor Wembanyama has a psychological effect on the opponent. A place that few have ever occupied in the NBA to where people are afraid to play against him. He's demoralizing. You get to the paint, you're wide open, suddenly there's a 6'6 tarantula. Sorry. Suddenly there's a 7'6. Wow. Suddenly there's a 7'6 tarantula reaching his arm over the top of you and swatting it out of nowhere. Bro was on the bench blocking your shot from across the court. Then, the other thing is, I don't think you can shut down Victor Wembanyama. First of all, if you're an opposing team, even if you have a very formidable defense, if you are a solid team top to bottom, I don't think you can shut down Victor Wembanyama. Okay? But if you do, you know they got a guy on their team named De'Aaron Fox who's put up 60 before? De'Aaron Fox can go out and get a bucket whenever he wants. He's a prolific scorer. He can go out and get a bucket. The combination of Vassell and Castle and Harper, they make a great perimeter defense up. They make up a great perimeter defense. There's some really, really, really gifted guards in the Western Conference and in the East. Some really gifted guards all over the place. But those guys can shut down the best of them. I've seen enough out of the Spurs, dude. They're winning the finals. They're the best team in the league. They have the best defense in the league. They have the best offense in the league. They have that guy on their team. Victor Wembanyama should be the MVP. Going forward, after this season, he's probably going to be the MVP every year. If he stays any bit healthy, that dude's the best player we've ever seen. That dude will win all the championships. If he wins one this year, he's going to break Jordan's record. I don't think, you and I think of success as, winning a title is success. I think Victor Wembanyama thinks of success as being better than Jordan. Where he wants to be indefeatable that one day we look back on this NBA season and say Victor Wembanyama is the greatest player of all time. Not the best player in the league right now. Not the most dominant player we've ever seen. No, the GOAT. Victor Wembanyama has a chance to be the GOAT. In the NBA specifically, and also in the NFL, there's a ring quota that you have to hit. There's a ring quota. If you want to be the GOAT in the NBA, you got to have more than 6. Aaron Judge just hosed the guy trying to get to third. What a throw, Aaron Judge. What a throw. If you want to be the GOAT of the NBA, you got to get more than Jordan. Straight up. That's how we've set it up. Tom Brady instantly became the GOAT the minute he had the most rings. Instantly. We're like, yeah, he's the greatest of all time. And Pat Mahomes, dog. Unbelievable talent. Caleb Williams, so talented. Not going to be considered in the conversation until they get close to Brady. LeBron is in the conversation because LeBron is the chosen one. Because LeBron's that good. He's that gifted. He's that athletic. He's that prolific. He has that longevity. But a lot of people are like, he's only won 4 times. He's only won 4 times. Because they're comparing him to Michael Jordan. Victor has the chance. Victor's 22. He has the chance to do it in the next 10 years and still have another 8 years of playing basketball, basically. I don't think Victor's going to have the longevity that either of those guys had, though. The LeBron one is almost impossible. Victor has a chance to be the GOAT. And I think it starts this year. I think the Spurs win the finals this season. Alyssa Liu, China. Shout out to XD. XD, I don't know if you heard me when I shouted you out for the 25 stream streak. You are the absolute man. I absolutely love you, brother. That's the show. Fellas, what up? Thank you, guys. Love you so much. What a show. What a fun time. Something's happening here. For the first time in my entire career as a streamer to the people, as a man of the people, as a lover of ball, as someone with my face out on there. This was one of the first times I woke up and I was like, I can't do it. I felt sick today. I felt sick to my tummy. But we persevered and we powered through and we had a great time doing it. I'm going to crash out right now so hard. Wednesday is going to be probably the greatest show we've ever done. But the only reason it's going to be great is if you are here with me. Tell your friends, tell your brothers, tell your mothers. Give them my number. We're going live at 12 noon 3 Eastern time on Wednesday. Free agency is opening up at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern. That means we're going live an hour before free agency starts. What are we going to be doing in that hour? We're going to be laying down all of the possible destinations for the big dogs, which right now, that's Jimmy G, that's Kyler Murray, that's Kirk Cousins. We're on quarterback hunt watch. We're on quarterback alert on Wednesday. So an hour before free agency starts, we're going to be going live on Take Back with Zach, TBWZ Widescreen Radio. The goal is to continue live the entire day to the 6 p.m. hour. So we're looking right now at a 6-hour stream on Wednesday to really encompass all of the NFL news. Wednesday is going to be an absolute marathon dynamo of unbelievable NFL moves, and if none of them are really fizzling, we might end a little bit early, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Either way, I'm excited for it, and I absolutely love you guys more than you could ever truly imagine. Play the song. Oh, it is. We started today. We took 5-minute breaks, and I had the rejoins up. Shout out to the rejoins. Shout out to XD for helping, or Unruly for helping make those. Like I said, if you see TBWZ clips, that is XD's page on TikTok. Please follow along. Support him, supporting me, supporting us, supporting all of us. Wednesday, special start time, 2 hours early. Hopefully going to the same time. As always, absolutely love you guys. We'll talk to you again soon. Vini, outie.
Rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? Beginning to think that I'm wasting time. Don't understand the things I do. The world outside looks so unkind, and I'm counting on you. You can carry me through. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? And when my mind is free, you know a melody can move me. When I'm feeling blue, the guitar's coming through to soothe me. Thanks for the joy that you're giving me. The joy that you're giving me. I want you to know that I believe in your song. Oh, yeah. Rhythm and rhyme and harmony. You help me along. Oh, you're making me strong. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Drift away. And give me the beat, boys, and free